Yo, what's up, y'all? Another special guest. Y'all know it. Hi, everyone. Welcome to The Empire, where we like to engage with everyone from pastors to actors, rappers to trappers, and everybody in between. My name is Antonio The Miles. I'm your host. And guess what? We have another amazing guest for today. And like I said, this person, this individual, this man is a great man. He's a chef, entrepreneur, businessman, is known for doing amazing things. And we're going to get right into deeply to what he does. And that gentleman's name is the Trendy Chef. Trendy, welcome to the Empire.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
Man, so happy to have you, man. How's your day been going so far?
Good, good. Got a busy day ahead of me. Of course, the schedule's always crazy. So as we're talking, I'm going to be prepping for a wedding tasting, a small wedding tasting of 4, bride and groom, mom and dad. So they will come and taste some food and kind of see what they want on their menu, what they don't, different flavors, take off this. But most of the time, not even to be cocky, they go with exactly how I do it. So
that's not even cocky. That's just confidence. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I tell people that's one thing, confidence, cocky. That's one thing I'm real confident about is when it comes to being in the kitchen. When I literally say there's no other chef that can do what I'm doing with not only cooking, balancing out, having kids, full-time father, 4 or 5 businesses, all that stuff, man. It's a lot. Not the average chef can handle that, man. So that's what makes me a little different.
That part, right? And it takes a lot of not just skills, but it takes like a mental capability, a spiritual capability as well. Would you agree?
Oh yeah, definitely. You gotta stay not only focused, but you gotta make sure you leave a lot of things in God's hand. I believe in God strongly. We won't even be here without him. So without him, man, we're nothing. So whenever I feel like something's too stressful, I just leave it in his hands and it works out.
I love that. Hey Trendy, so what's on the menu? What's on the tasting menu today?
So today they want a little bit of chicken marsala. So I got the marsala cooking wine. Of course, marsala is the cooking wine with the, we're gonna do the mushrooms in there, some sauteed onions. That's gonna be fire. Then they got my signature tri-tip, which we cook all night for about 12, 13 hours. And then they got some smoked monkey bread, which is my signature dessert, smoked with maple syrup, caramel, chocolate. We're smoking in a small smoking dome. Mashed potatoes is going down.
Dope. You know, it's funny because I was going to ask you later down the line, but it's reminding me right now. I was like, if you would ever consider doing a cooking show like Rachel Ray or something like that, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah. We're definitely working on some things, man. I have my own cooking show that we're working on. We've been working with it for a few years now. So we're pitching it to some networks, and as soon as that gets picked up, we're going to be next level.
For sure. And we'll definitely get deeper into that. But Trendy, for people who may not know who you are and the things that you do, man, can you please let everybody know who you are and the things that you do?
So I am the Trendy Chef. I am an entrepreneur. I am a serial entrepreneur because I own a restaurant, I own a catering company, I own a wholesale store. I do clothing. I sell seasonings. Get it on the Trendy Chef Catering.com, or you can get it on Trendy Products at Squarespace.com. It's all in the link in my Instagram. I'm a celebrity chef. I started cooking for a lot of celebrities like Carrie Hilson, Fatboy SSE, Lovely Mimi, which are now all my friends. So I started cooking for celebrities, and now I became a celebrity chef, meaning I'm on Chopped on the Food Network, Supermarket Stakeout. I've been on Ellen DeGeneres show. I've been on Steve Harvey's show, and the list goes on. And I'm a crazy viral content creator, man. I went viral for the first time back in like 2018 with deep frying water. And when I say water, it's literally water from a water bottle. Don't go to the freezer. It was literally water in a bowl. It's called gastronomy, something I learned in culinary school. I graduated there in 2011. I learned how to gelatize things. So I literally gelatized the water. I breaded it with breadcrumbs, flour, egg, just like you'll do chicken. It was literally fried water, which got 40 million views in 24 hours.
Woo! Was that on the TikTok?
Yeah, TikTok, and it didn't taste good. Everybody always asked me. It was just for an experience. Experiment. It didn't taste good at all. Nobody's gonna fry water. I'm not gonna do it for like a catering event. But it was just a dope thing to try. Even though we'll go into it too, but TikTok gave me a lot of stuff for it, man. I was actually in a lot of newspaper articles because they were saying it was a suicidal TikTok trend that I was starting because oil and water, if you don't know how to gelatize it right, and there's a hole inside of the gelatin, that water is going to literally hit the oil. It's going to go over and it's going to explode. But I also told him I am a professional chef, which kind of it makes it's kind of sad because on social media everyone looks like a chef. I'm an actual chef from studying abroad in Italy. I lived in Thailand. I graduated culinary school. I do it in real life. So a lot of these people on social media, they think everybody's just the same social media chef. So they didn't take when I said I was a professional chef seriously. So they put it all over the news and everything. Hey, this new TikTok sensation trying to do a viral suicidal prank by frying water, but it was successful. So, but yeah, that was crazy. It was 2018.
Wow, that's very interesting. Now I guess you got to have like your certificate in the background now every time you cook. Be like, hey,
Yeah,
I'm a real chef. Like there it is.
yeah, and I always say shout out to everybody on social media that's cooking. I love anybody that's in the kitchen. I just don't like the people saying the name chef. If you have to build up to that. Someone asked me the other day, what's the difference between a cook and a chef? I explained it to them, and they said anyone who gets paid to cook is officially a chef. So that kind of disrespected me because you get paid to cook at Chipotle, Jack in the Box, McDonald's.
McDonald's.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with them. I respect the grind. I told them, shout out to their hustle, but they're not chefs. They'll tell you they're not chefs. So for him to say anyone who gets paid from cooking is a chef, that was kind of disrespectful because it was blood, sweat, and tears. Studying 4 years. I didn't go to a little school where you just get a certificate. I got my culinary and my bachelor's in culinary science. So I really went to school for this. I didn't do a certificate and all that stuff. I studied abroad in Thailand. I lived there for 3 months studying their craft, their cuisine. Then I flew straight over to Italy, Florence, Italy, for 3 months, studied their cuisine, man, day and night, no sleep, and build up to it. When I graduated culinary school, they give you this, your award, and of course your diploma and or your degree. And they say, hey, Chef Moore, which is my last name. And I told the entire crowd of 300 people that I was not a chef at that moment. And it got quiet in there. They was like, what do you mean? I said, I haven't worked in a real kitchen yet. I haven't built the name. I'll see you guys in about 5 years. Then I'll come back, then call me a chef. And that's what I did.
Respect, respect. I remember I talked to another chef, and he was saying, I asked him the same question about cooking chef, and he was like, if you haven't really worked in a kitchen or like in a line and knowing how to make menus for guests and all these other specific things, then you really don't know the real chef experience type of situation. He was kind of breaking it down
Not
because
at
you can
all.
be a good cook at home, but it's
Yeah.
different.
And there's nothing wrong. That's why I tell people, it's nothing wrong with you being an amazing cook. You don't have to say you're a chef because you're not. If you're a chef, then, and it's not even about working in kitchens. I didn't call myself a chef until I got the position of a sous chef, and then I moved up to executive chef, chef de cuisine. So if you're a line cook, you can be a line cook in a 5-star restaurant. You're still a line cook. You have to actually get the name, the position of a chef, which is chef. It starts as sous chef, then chef de cuisine, and then the executive chef. So those 3 steps. But once you're a sous chef, then you can officially call yourself. That's the first step of being a chef, is the sous chef.
Got
Which
you.
is which you're right under chef de cuisine.
And the chef de cuisine is the one who makes the whole menu, right? And everything like that.
Yep, you make the menu, you do everything, and it's funny because when you're executive chef, you don't do any cooking, and you're mostly in the office, like you do office work. So I told myself when I became an executive chef, which I am now, I still wanted to get my hands in the kitchen because a lot of executive chef, I work for a lot of Michelin star restaurants, and I was executive chef, but I'll come in and go straight to the office and start doing pay stubs and checks and all that stuff. I'm like, oh man, this is not fun. So to me, sous chef, chef de cuisine is the best positions because you're really in there in the kitchen.
Yeah, actually dealing with the food, what you came in there for,
Yeah, yeah,
as
exactly.
opposed as opposed to like I guess the paperwork side,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
you met. I always hear this term, and maybe you can give us a clear understanding of what gastronomy is. Gastronomy. Yeah, you can explain a little
Gastronomy,
bit.
yeah, gastronomy, yeah. You say you want to know what gastronomy
Yeah,
is?
can you explain a little bit of what it is? I heard what it is has to do with the intestines and the food biology, but maybe you can explain better as being a chef.
That's actually what it is. But it's just really learning. It's just a scientific way of learning how to. I don't know if they'll know what coagulate is, but so I say this in normal terms. But basically, like when I did the fried water, the gastronomy, a part of it was the ingredients I was using to make that into a gelatin. It's not just going to the store and getting a box of Jello. So you're turning water into a gelatin, and the science behind that is just it's incredible. When you really learn and study the science behind it, it'll take a while to really say it in like I say everything in chef terms. So I try to really say things where people can understand if you're not a chef. But yeah, just look it up and kind of see the definition. But yeah, when I did the deep fried water, I had to use gastronomy, which was able to gelatize that water, let it sit. It has to be at the right temperature. Can't be too hot in the room. Can't be too warm and cold in the room. So it's a lot behind it.
Okay, dope. Okay, dope. Trendy, there's a thing that we like to know a little bit, because we like to go a little bit deeper into our guests and know more about who they are, right? So,
Yeah.
can you give us a brief summary, cliff notes, if you can, about where you grew up, how you grew up, all the way up to the man that you are today?
So I'm from Moreno Valley, California. Um, I grew up with a single father, and then I had my stepmom, but they were kind of back and forth with together, not together. My actual mom was not in my life from the age of 7 till now. So yeah, I grew up no money, very poor in dangerous neighborhoods where we actually had to sleep under the window at certain times in the night because bullets will fly through the window. We never know when. So I literally came from nothing to set from Section 8 to food stamps to everything. I was a troublemaker. So that's kind of why I got into cooking because I was always in the streets fighting. And that was my favorite thing to do. Just go out and just pick a fight with somebody that had nothing to do with anything, like literally. So I was just getting in so much trouble. I ended up losing my older sister in 2005 to gun violence. I was back and forth out of juvenile, then the county jail, and doing all this crazy stuff, man. And I really had to just get myself together and show people from where I'm from that you can make it out. Because not many people from Moreno Valley can say, "Hey, I'm this celebrity." We got a couple. We got a small group that definitely made it out, man. But I'm one of the ones, the rare ones for sure.
Yeah, and definitely a blessing, right? For
Oh
the
yeah,
rev- for the
beyond.
revel- for the revelation, for people who believe in a higher being, a higher purpose, it's good to know that there was something better beyond that you probably couldn't even see when you were there, what you're doing now.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't even expect this, man. I literally just saw an infomercial while I was sleeping, and I didn't expect to be who I am now. I didn't. That wasn't the plan. I wanted to go to culinary school to stay out of the streets and to learn the craft. I was a amazing basketball player, but I was like, what's the odds of really going to the NBA or becoming the head chef of a restaurant? That was my goal, just to become like the head chef of a restaurant, and that was it. It wasn't to be a executive chef. I just wanted to be in the restaurant, whether it was sous chef or chef de cuisine, run something as far as the kitchen and learning craft. When I went to culinary school, I didn't even know how to boil an egg. I didn't know how to cook anything, like zero. Everybody else was in there saying, I grew up with my mom, my grandma. And so they already knew this is what they were saying. They grew up with their mom and grandma, and they already knew how to cook. They already knew their way around the kitchen. I didn't know anything. I was coming in fresh without knowing nothing, man, and really studied it and became one of the best chefs and the first celebrity chef to ever graduate from that school ever. So yeah, it's crazy.
Dope. Man, I totally forgot my train of thought. But ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are just joining, we are here with Mr. Trendy Chef. He just talked to us about, going viral, frying up water, coming from Moval and things like that. You guys are watching The Empire. Please like the video. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. We have another amazing guest just like Trendy, and we're going to keep going forward, okay? So Trendy Chef, how did you get the name Trendy Chef? How did that come about?
So I actually got that in culinary school. So I was always been into fashion, but it was crazy because growing up we couldn't afford anything. So I tried to I would just put clothes together, something from the thrift store, wherever my dad would take me. It was thrift store, Payless for sure, Goodwill, and I would just put a lot of stuff together. So I got the name in culinary school because I won this. So it was a 2 week long competition. It was 1,200 students. Each day, 50 to 100 people was getting eliminated. It was me and one other person neck to neck out of 1,200 people. So everybody got eliminated. And I won first place, which is why I went to Florence, Italy, and Thailand, because that was the prize to go study abroad. So I won first place, but when I picked up my award, I came up to the stage. I had overalls on, I had my skateboard in my hand, and I had like one strap of my overalls off, and then I had my chef coat over it. And then they was like, "Man, you're like a trendy chef. You come here with the cool socks and the shoes, and then you just dress different." And as soon as they told me that, I actually tried to Google like what it is to patent and trademark a name. Never knew how to do it, and then I ended up trademarking, patenting the Trendy Chef. Now I own it.
The rest is history, as they say.
Yeah. So it just came natural. I didn't have to try to think hard. What's this cool name I can go by? If I would have never got it, I would probably just went by Chef Moore or something. But that just came. It came to me, and I'm glad it did.
That part, I always like the gift of being nicknamed. Like I always go back to like Paul Pierce being called the Truth and
Oh,
stuff like that by Shaq. Like how people usually get their names from other people that respect them. You know what I mean? I
yeah.
think that's always super cool. And one thing that struck my mind was that two things. I remember someone told me that, hey, you could either buy like $1,000 suit and make it look shitty, or you can buy a thrift store suit, get it tailored, put it the right way, and make it nice. So you're the type of person who knows how to make something cheap look good and expensive, right?
Oh yeah, and I don't wear Gucci, Louis. Shout out, nothing wrong with that. I ain't gonna shout them out because they did some crazy stuff back in the day. But
Uh-oh.
but I don't really wear that stuff, man. But and people always like the way I dress. Today I'm just in my Trendy Chef catering, of course. But like the style, that's why I started doing Get Ready With Me on social media, because a lot of people like my style and they wanted that was actually requested. It wasn't even a thing. I was just like, oh, let me do a Get Ready With Me. People, I like your style. Want to know where it's from. I want to know what kind of shoes you got. So I tell people, I can go from a $300 pair of shoes, or I can go to a thrift store and get a pair of shoes for $50, and you will never know the difference. So I don't go in shopping trying to find what's name brand. If I like it, I like it. So
Yeah, and that's like another skill in itself, fashion, you know what I mean? I feel like that's a whole other skill in itself.
oh yeah, definitely. And
Like,
and not many chefs, I know a lot of chefs. Not many chefs are into fashion. They just focused on cooking, and they're throwing their shorts, their t-shirt. But me, I'll go into every single catering event with my fedora on, some nice shoes, smelling like $1,000,000 with the cologne, jewelry on, and you don't see many chefs like that. So a good friend of mine, man, shout out to Chef Willie. That's Kanye West's personal chef, man. He told me when we were at a meeting, he was like, "Man, we're the new rock stars. Like chefs are the new rock stars. So we'll go, how you'll see rock stars or rappers in VIP in a club or something. You'll look up, and we were in a club, we were VIP, and it was all chefs. And we're like, dang, times have changed, because from their point of view, we probably look like we're like rappers or artists. Well, we are artists, but rappers are singers or something. But we're really just chefs, and we're doing the same thing as them. So that's a pretty dope feeling when he told me that.
yeah, and I think the internet and social media has made that landscape open in that aspect.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
and the just the swag in general, you know what I mean? I gotta compliment you too, man. You got good swag. So when you got to recognize it. You know, it's just that simple, right? It's just that simple. And I remember when I was young, I didn't really appreciate clothes and stuff like that and fashion. But as I got older, I was like, man, you know, fashion game is. They say it's also like a representation of yourself in another way, the way you dress and the way you
Yeah,
want to
yeah. And I just like to be different, man. I just, if I like it, I like it. Some people might not like some things I have on one day, like what the hell you wearing? And then the next day they might be like, man, this fly. So I literally just get whatever I feel.
That's all that matters, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's it, man.
And what do they say? The man wears the clothes don't wear the man.
That's facts. That's
Yeah. You know, like I wanted to ask because I remember you said that you saw an infomercial about going to culinary school. What about that infomercial like said that sparked a thing in your brain saying, you know what, I'm gonna do this? Like, what was it that did it for you?
so at that time, I said so like a few years before I lost my sister to gun violence, my dad's a tough Army veteran, so he doesn't cry, he doesn't get emotional. But everything that was going on, my sister passing, me getting in trouble, it was so much on him. So I was like, man, what can I do? I literally didn't know what to do. I was trying to think. I was like, what can I do for a career? Like nurse, doctor. Like what? I was like, man, what do I do? Do I be a basketball coach? And I was literally just I couldn't sleep that night, and then I left the TV on. And I saw an infomercial saying, go to culinary school, learn a new trade. And I was like, culinary school. I was like, I didn't even know man cooked. I was like, because growing up, it was my aunts and stuff, they were cooked. I was like, man cooked? Okay. I went to culinary school, signed up. A lot of people laughed at me because I was still, I was still hanging around the gangsters and the people that I was hanging around. So it was like, you putting on an apron, bro? Like, what are you doing? You putting on an apron? You're a girl now? I was like, dang, that's how you guys think about cooking? So I went to culinary school, man. And after graduating, being on Steve Harvey, doing everything that I've done, then I had those same people that was actually too late for them because they was in jail. They got life sentences, 10 years, 15 years. And I was like, man, we laughed at you when you went to culinary school. Now they're learning the craft, whether it's from jail or they're getting a release. But they were like, man, we wanna follow your path. And I saved some people's lives, and some people it's too late. Like I said, they got life sentences, but they're in jail, they're cooking. I got a lot of family in jail and stuff, so I motivated a lot of people, man. I just followed my heart. I seen the infomercial. I didn't care what anybody thought. Signed up and went to school.
Wow, I wonder if it was kind of like, I guess, going back to what you said about, believing in God earlier. I wonder if it was God sent.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because it wasn't even in the plan. And I didn't even really tell anybody when I first signed up. I just went. I didn't say, hey, I'm signing up for this school. I just signed up, and then a little later on, everybody found out, of course, that I was cooking because I was going to graduate and everything. So I wanted family there, so I started telling people. That's when people started laughing. Like, what? You're in culinary school? That's kind of crazy. And because everybody saw culinary school as home ec. Home
Of
ec is
course.
just a class you take in high school or I don't know if they do it in middle school, but I was like, home ec and culinary school is way two different things. But that's what they thought it basically was.
And what year was this?
2011.
2011. Okay. You know what this reminds me, and I have a chapter in my book called Circle of Seven Fools. So how has your circle changed as from that era when you were hanging around with the people on the streets to now that you have your own businesses and stuff like that? How's your circle changed?
Oh man, it changed a lot. I went from they say you are who you hang around. They said if you hang around four millionaires, you'll be the fifth. So I started hanging around with people that really wanted to do something with their lives. I couldn't hang around people that was just doing nothing because we stopped having things in common. We went from sitting at a park waiting for people to come by to fight us, and it's still guys sitting at a park to wait. Like you're literally sitting at the park or the liquor store all day. Like those days are over, man. We got one life to live. Let's do something with it, man. So yeah, my circle changed a lot. I started meeting like networking is so important, man. It's important, and I'm so busy. You have to anywhere you go, make sure you have business cards, a QR code, stickers, something to let people know what's going on. Because networking it can make or break you for sure, especially if you're a small business or if you want to do something. Those people know people. So I started hanging out with other content creators, some good friends of mine that showed me step by step. Shout out to my brother Jo at JOJAYO that showed me step by step on how to get my TikTok going, man. He's at 1 point something or 2.4 million followers or something, man.
Wow.
That's my brother right there. But he showed me, really took the time to show me step by step when to post, how many seconds, how long. And from there, he's the reason, not even a deep fried water, he's the reason my social media and my TikTok blew up for sure. I went from couple thousand deep fried water. I got about maybe 20, 30,000, 40,000 maybe, and new followers from that. But then when he showed me step by step how to post, then I ended up getting almost 200,000 followers. So that's why networking is so important, man. So I hang around content creators, other chefs. I don't hang around as many chefs as I should. I just did a dope video with another chef where we did I think it was like a chicken donut or a salmon donut. It was like
Yeah.
seafood.
Yeah.
Yeah, seafood donut. So things like that, man. I want to connect with more chefs. So um, if any chefs that want to do something, man, hit me up. And I'm rare. Like people say, because I got the blue check. When I see a fan or a supporter DM me and I DM back just simple words, thank you. That makes their whole day. Oh my God, can't believe you messaged me back. So I do stuff with small platforms, big platforms. It don't matter because I didn't have that chance when I first became a content creator before I met my friend Jay. I didn't have a chance. I was DMing some of the same people. Shout out to my brother Fatboy SSC, man, but he did not DM me back for years. I had to get my name up there, but I stayed consistent. Now we're friends. But yeah, you gotta stay consistent on there, man. So if you see a celebrity or someone we're on the network with, don't blow them up like crazy, but definitely stay consistent. If they don't reply, hit them back like a month or so later. Stay consistent with it, man, for sure. And shout out to my brother Donnie Savage. That's one of my good friends too. He came out to California one day. He didn't live here. He lives there now. But I pulled up to his house at 12 midnight. Pulled up there, woke up, and we did some crazy stuff. Went viral for like a pancake battered chicken wing. But I didn't ask for money. He didn't ask for money. We didn't pay. We didn't do none of that. We just literally collaborated. Then years later, we started working on TV shows together.
Amazing. It's amazing what things can happen. And I think for people that are listening and watching, I think you gave some really great advice because I think a lot of people they just be blowing up people's DMs thinking like, oh, why aren't they reaching out? Why aren't they answering? Are they just avoiding me? And it's like, hey, like these people are busy. They got other lives that are going on. In the end, you just have to be like respectful of people's time, you know?
Yeah. And when you got that blue check, you really got authentic followers. Nothing wrong with the people that's buying blue checks, but if you have an authentic followers, a real engagement, your DMs, my DMs are insane. Thousands and thousands of, and I can't see them all unless I hire somebody to really go through my DMs. So it's like, I miss important DMs. I miss DMs from celebrities. Everybody knows who Carrie Hilson is. If you guys don't, look up Carrie Hilson, amazing R&B singer, legendary. But I didn't even know I wasn't. This was years ago. She's a good friend of mine now. I didn't know I wasn't following her back. She sent me a message like, "Hey, yeah, I'm gonna follow you. You don't follow me back." I was like, "What the hell?" I seen her follow. I was like, "Damn, Carrie Hilson is following me." That's insane. And so you miss things like that. It's just so much going on when you start building that social media profile. It's messages and comments every single day. So yeah, I almost missed that. Shout out to Carrie Hilson now.
Yeah, shout out to her, And I think it's important to like respect these people because I feel like, in my opinion, and maybe you could probably answer this more, if someone's just kind of like blowing you up, it's probably like, I bet it can kind of get annoying after a while, as opposed to
Yeah.
like, okay, yeah, I see you. Okay. A week later, okay, yeah, I remember that guy, okay, or that girl, okay, cool. As opposed to like every like day or every couple hours. What's
Yeah. Yeah, it gets them, and they're not going to answer your DMs if you blow them up like that.
yeah.
Be patient. I've had brand sponsorships that I reached out to that literally reached out to me 6 months later. Then we closed the deal. I sent one message or one email or a DM and an email, and then a follow up maybe about a couple weeks later. Then a couple months later, another follow up. Hey, just reaching back out, and then I'll let it go. And if you let it go, you already sent them enough. then they reach back out to you. Yeah, it took about 6-7 months for a lot of these sponsorship deals that I work with. I work with big brands, so that takes time.
Yeah, and patience, right? And
Yes, a lot of patience, a lot of patience.
I'm also a big believer that whatever is for you is for you.
Yeah, definitely,
Yeah.
100%.
Do you want to give out any shout outs to any sponsors?
Yeah, some of my first sponsors, man. One of my biggest sponsors is Shell's gas station, man, back then. And a lot of people was giving me shit because I just bought a Tesla around that time. And they're like, well, why do you have a sponsorship with Shell's gas station? Well, it wasn't really about the gas. It was about the convenience store that's inside of the Shell's gas station, which they don't have a big option, a big, a big variety. So I went in there and I basically made a meal off of whatever was in there at a little convenience store part. And it went viral, man. 6.7 million views on one, and like 4 or 5 million views on the other, man. So that was a dope sponsorship. Captain Crunch, out to Captain Crunch, Pop Tart, Dash for sure. Dash, they supplied me with all the air fryers and everything. So,
Dope. I thought I heard something. I thought I heard something else off. Anyway, but that's dope, man. Shout out to those some serious names, low key, high key, actually.
yeah, those dope. Right now, I'm looking to definitely try to get some fashion sponsorships, some kind of clothing line. Man, that's why I started posting a lot of the Get Ready With Me's too. So, Fashion Over Man, I'm coming for y'all. I'm definitely gonna be working with y'all for sure one day. I'm calling it right now. So that's another thing. You got to call it. You got to call it, man.
Yeah,
Yeah. They see what I'm doing, man. They see the Get Ready With Me's. I know they see it because they see my story. I be seeing y'all.
that's
So
right.
yeah.
Right
So
here on the Empire. You're hearing it right here on the Empire, folks. You're hearing it right here.
give me this year. This year I'll be partnering with Fashion Over Man for sure.
2024.
Yep.
And shit, was it? Is it Men's Health? They do like Sexiest Men Alive. Is that Men's Health that they do that?
I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
something like that, or like they'll have like best dressed or whatever. Like, so you might even get on something like that too. You know what I mean?
Oh
Get
yeah, that'll be lit. That'll be lit.
get all the magazines, all the platforms. Why not?
Yeah, man, that's the goal. Never stop. That's why I said with a lot of chefs, they stop at just one thing, just cooking. They stop at cooking. I want to do the fashion. Like I said, I have a wholesale store where we sell items that maybe you can't afford somewhere else. You can get them cheaper. And that's not even that started recently. We just built the social media for that. Haven't even really posted on it, but y'all hearing it here first. But yeah, wholesale store. Yeah, you buy items, whether it's mattresses for cheaper than where you can get it from, whether it's lamps, whether it's anything. Yeah, we're gonna do it all.
Cool. And what's the name? Where's it located?
So the wholesale store definitely be in Temecula. That's where a lot of my businesses are, Temecula, California. And I'm actually, I don't want to say the name yet because I might switch the name. I was actually
Okay.
today. I got about 3 different names that I'm thinking about going with. So
Okay.
yeah, that we're gonna be doing vending machines. I trade options. I option trade. I can teach. I've never even had a master's class yet, but I can literally create a master class and teach people how to make $100 a morning, $50 every morning, and this is every morning, Monday through Sunday, because option trading is 24/7.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
different things. It's binary. It's binary options too. So that's a little different from your forex and other things. But yeah, I do it all, man. I do it all.
Dope. Trendy, I want to congrats you number one on getting all the sponsorships and stuff like that. You don't get those type of partnerships if you don't deserve them, and so you deserve them. And I just want to congratulate you on those, right?
Thank you. Thank you.
For everybody that's just joining in, we're here today with Trendy Chef. He's a local chef from the Inland Empire, born and raised in Mobile. He's worked with celebrities that I'll let you guys Google and find out. Right now, he's cooking and talking with us, and we learned a lot. He just talked about some of his sponsorships. But you guys are on The Empire. Please like the video if you haven't. Subscribe to the channel. Comment down below if you can hear us, what you think so far, and we're going to keep moving forward. So
I'm gonna give you guys a quick tip. for those who chop onions. Everybody say breathe through your mouth, do this, do that. If your onion is cold, then you won't cry. You won't have tears. That's the only way to do it. Your onions have to be cold. Please, that's it. Don't say breathe through your mouth, breathe through your nose, hold your breath. None of that works. Cold onions is the only thing that works.
There it is, little life hack. And if you don't have any cold onions, just be cold hearted and it should work.
Yeah. If you don't mind crying and tears, then don't throw them in the refrigerator. But I throw mine in there right away. So
That
don't
makes
do
sense.
this. Don't chop while you're looking at the screen and show off. Don't show off like this. You might chop off a finger.
That part. You end up like the Black Ranger. You know, you only have 4 fingers.
And please, nobody really don't try that. That looks easy, but it wasn't easy.
Yeah, please leave it to the professionals. Do not try this at home, as they say.
Yeah.
You know. Next time when you're frying water, that's what you're gonna have to put. Don't try this at home unless you're a professional.
Yeah. I don't know about fry water. I don't know, man. That was 2018. I might do it now with the following I have now, because some people didn't see it. I mean, it's on TikTok still, but
they say that reposting things like that went good. You know, you can just redo it and it'll still be viral. But this time, I probably put a disclaimer. I'd recommend put a disclaimer.
Yeah. Maybe I'll fry some chocolate milk or something. I don't know.
Hey, there we go. Fry some tea. Everyone likes green tea, right? What about fried green tea?
That'll go viral.
Yeah.
The Shade Room would give me shit for that one. I've been posting on the Shade Room, man, what, 13, 14 times. And shout out to the Shade Room. They're dope. But if you're gonna be on the Shade Room, just you gotta have a solid heart, because you're gonna get some shit. I don't care what you cook. You can cook something 5-star, beautiful, and in the comments they're gonna break you down. They're gonna say that was shit, that was whack. So you gotta, yeah. So everybody that's begging to be on the Shade Room, make sure that y'all ready for that, because it ain't easy.
That part.
Family, you see what they said about you? I'm like, yeah, so what? But so yeah, but like everybody back. I have a lot of chefs that ask me, how'd you get on the Shade Room? Did you pay to get on the Shade Room? I never paid for anything. I've never paid for an ad. I never paid anybody to put me on their page. And not saying that you shouldn't, because some people, you might need that to boost whatever you got going on. Unfortunately, I just used my talent to get on all these things, to where they started messaging me, asking me if they can post on their platform. So that's what you want to get to. You want to get to that boss status for sure.
Being in control instead of being controlled.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I respect that. We have a question about what y'all cooking. He mentions earlier that he's making a tasting menu for a wedding that he's got going on. But Trendy, I want to ask you, man. You know, you when you beat the competition, you got a chance to go to Thailand. You got a chance to go to Italy. What did you learn from those cultures? And would you like to travel to other places and learn some specific things?
Oh yeah. We're gonna start with Thailand, man, because I love Islander food. That's my favorite food ever. But Thailand is, man, that gotta be my top. Thai food gotta be my top. Because of love that they put into their food, the natural ingredients, so many flavors. To me, it's some of the most flavorful food. And the way when I was in Thailand, I was in Pattaya, and we were floating down the river to shop for the food. So we literally get in this little raft, and they don't stop it. You could tell them to kind of stop the raft for a minute, but you're literally already have your money ready. You're getting the ingredients, you're shopping while moving. So that was dope, man. It's a very, very poor place. So to see like the love that they put in their food is everything. So I learned that from them for sure, the fresh ingredients. Now going over to Thailand, I was in Thailand, Florence, Italy. Of course, the pastas, learning how to make the fresh pastas from scratch, learning that they do not put, how in America we run cold water over our pasta. They don't do that. They take it straight hot, straight to the sauce. We do that here because we want to stop the cooking process. So we want to slow it down without blanching it, of course, with ice water or whatever. But we stop the cooking process. The normal person will just put cold water over it. But in Italy, they don't. They take it straight from the hot pot, drain it, straight to the sauce. So those some dope things I learned there for sure.
Cool. And is there any other countries that you would like to go to and learn some other specific things?
I want to go everywhere, man. I definitely got to go to Africa, man. Africa is any part of Africa too. To really, really get into more into that culture and learning their food and how they shop for food and how they pick their ingredients. So that'd be dope too.
Got you. Learn how to make some fufu.
Yeah, I eat fufu a lot. I don't know. I never made it. But yeah, fufu. That's dope. Learning that. It's a dope Nigerian spot down in I say Riverside. It's like Moreno Valley / Riverside. I say it like that because once you go down Alessandro, for those who know Moreno Valley and Riverside,
Yeah.
turns into like Canyon Crest and Riverside. But yeah, it's a couple of dope food spots in here, but it sucks because we got to go to LA for a lot of them, for a lot of like the authentic food. It's not really in the Inland Empire. I tried a lot of it. It ain't it. It ain't it. We need something. We need something else out here for sure. Besides my food, but I don't cook the Islander food. I could. It's actually a crazy story how I met a good friend of mine, man. Shout out to Imani Shakur. So I was hired to do an event for him, and he's from Trinidad. I've never had Trinidadian food, never made it, never tasted it. And they told me about 48 hours before, hey, do you want to do this event? I said yes. Most chefs were like, hell no. So I took it within 48 hours, and I used 24 hours to study the most important dishes to them, why certain dishes came to their island, different ingredients. I studied that for 24 hours. Then the other 24 hours, I was just practicing different flavors and really going off of what they do. And then I did the event, and he said it hit home. It was like something that something his grandma made. I only did this in 48 hours. So yeah, stuff like that is dope to me, and I'm always up for a challenge.
I was gonna say, like, sometimes you gotta take the challenge head on, and I guess you got some roti in there and some fried
Sada roti
plantain.
and sada roti. So even sada roti is one of the more poor, like they eat sada roti when they don't have a lot of money. There's different levels to roti too. I didn't know that. But sada roti is of course the easiest and the cheapest, so I went with that for sure. Yeah, that's crazy. Where are you from? You know about the rotis and you know about island
Yeah,
food.
I'm from the States. My family's from the islands, but I'm obsessed with food, and so I I don't eat everything, but it's kind of just like to know things. I kind of know a little bit of everything, random things.
So what don't you eat when you say you don't eat everything?
So I'm mostly plant-based, whole food
Okay.
plant-based, and mostly I steam my food. If anything, I don't even really put it over fire that much right now.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's dope. I was pescatarian for like 5 years, man. Because I eat more seafood than anything else. I don't really eat a lot of steak. I definitely don't eat a lot of chicken. I just got into actually boxing, so I'm boxing with an amazing trainer. Shout out to my boy Tracy Walker. So I'm boxing right now in the gym, learning some stuff. So it is a lot of chicken and a lot of veggies right now for sure. But yeah, mostly seafood is like my number one.
Go to, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
Got you. Oh, boxing must be dope, man. That's a great sport, man. It's a great sport.
Keeps you in a lot of shape. Keeps you in a lot of shape for sure.
Definitely keeps that cardio. It's like one of the most cardio intense ones, I think. Endurance.
Insane, yeah, insane. It's you never see yourself sweat that much for sure.
Yeah, I guess I gotta mention it. Obviously, you probably heard about the Mike Tyson fight coming up.
Yeah,
Thoughts?
yeah. Mike Tyson. What's his name?
I think it's Jake Paul. I think it's
Jake
Jake
Paul.
Paul.
Jake Paul. Yeah. The YouTuber. See, people got a problem with that. It is crazy to me that he's fighting a YouTuber. But at the end of the day, a YouTuber is fighting one of the greatest boxers of all time. That don't just come to you. So you have to put in a lot of work to even get in that position. So, a lot of people hate on Jake Paul, man. I don't have a problem with him. He came and he didn't really, I mean, he came from money, but you really have to learn how to do this or you get killed. So he really knows how to fight. He might not be able to fight with the best. I'm not saying that. He definitely hasn't fought anyone that's crazy besides Mike Tyson he's about to fight, but he hasn't fought anybody that's like unstoppable. So he hasn't fought like a Devin Haney or should say that because he just lost. But he hasn't fought like he haven't fought a Crawford. He hasn't fought any of those people. But man, you gotta respect him, man. He learned the craft. He learned how to really do it. Because me being in the gym now, I'm like, it's a lot of work to learn that stuff. It's not easy.
Yeah, and I'm a big component on like anything that you really want in life is not easy.
Yeah,
And on another note, like, shout out to him because I think everyone wins in that case because the marketing is just amazing. Like everyone's gonna win on that end, on the end of that one for sure.
Oh yeah. You win, lose, they already won. Even
Yeah, period.
they already won. So
You
like
know,
people that be hating, man, it's just people that sitting at home either not doing nothing. I mean, I get the same thing. People hate on me for the celebrities I cook for, the stuff I've done. Every chef think they can cook better than me, but every time I offer, I'm saying, hey, let's put up $5,000, $10,000. Let's do it. Right now, I'll put up 10,000 against any chef, like any chef blind taste test right now. And a lot of chefs won't take the challenge because they're scared. They talk, but you gotta put your money where your mouth is, man. Let's do it. Any chef. I don't care who it is.
y'all heard it. Y'all heard it.
I got 10,000. We don't gotta be just go. Let's do $5,000. You know, let's do three. I won't go lower than three because you know. But yeah, let's do anything y'all want, man. If y'all really think y'all better than Trendy Chef, y'all really think I'm just this TikTok chef, put your money where your mouth is, man. Let's make some money.
Boom. Let's do that. Let's do it live. Let's do it live.
Do it live. They don't gotta know what dish is mine. They don't gotta know what dish is yours. It could be a blind taste test. That's how confident I am in my food. So we can do it right now today.
Boom. I would love to host it. I would love to host it.
That'd be dope. Hopefully we get some people that's up for the challenge, man.
Bro, we could do it live in Moval. Shit.
Oh yeah. Shout out to my city, man. But they definitely y'all gotta learn from me, mobile. Like y'all eyes closed. I'll be blindfolded. Y'all real. Y'all better learn something, man.
I love that. That's great. Hey, any chefs out there, whether you're TikTok, YouTube, certified Michelin star,
Yep.
Trendy Chef, he want that smoke. You know,
yeah, I am Michelin star, so y'all better come with it.
That
I work for Michelin star restaurants. I've cooked against some of the best. I've done it all. I've beat Michelin star restaurant chefs on the Food Network on live TV. And those who don't know, because when I mention Food Network, that's a proud thing for me because even before I even wanted to cook, we always just had on the Food Network show. You know, just have it on, even if we're not paying attention to it. For me to go in there and beat great chefs, beat Michelin star chef, my first show, it says something. So for people that say, "Well, that doesn't mean nothing. That's TV," I got a lot of respect for the Food Network now. I got to say that because I thought it was scripted, and I'm not gonna lie. I thought you go in, they pause I thought they paused the time when you don't have your stuff ready. I went in, they had my stuff, everything at the station, and they said you guys gotta get ready in 10 minutes. I said 10 minutes for what? Oh, we're gonna start the clock. They don't stop the clock. They don't tell you what you have before. They don't tell you any of that. It's all real. It's all time. If you don't know what you're doing, you're going to look like an idiot on TV. But they also pick some of the best. So they go through a lot of resumes, a lot of stuff. They have to know that you're some of the best. So if you're on the Food Network, if you lost first round, second, I don't care who you are. If you got on the Food Network show, that means you got picked out of thousands of chefs and they saw something in you because it's not easy. You got to know how to cook anything. They literally throw you anything. It doesn't matter if you've never seen it before. You got to know how to create a dish with it, and they don't stop the time. Everything goes fast. So when people say, "Oh, you Food Network," that doesn't mean anything. How does not mean anything? That means a lot, actually. So I always throw the Food Network thing out there for sure.
Dope, and we'll definitely get a little bit more into that later, man. That's super dope. And obviously you're cooking right now. You're preparing a meal, a tasting menu. How do some of these recipes come about that you make? And part two is, do you have any favorite recipes that you have come up with?
This it's crazy because what I cook for like social media and stuff is way different than I cook for like a wedding tasting. Of course, to me, it's amazing food, but it's food. It's like filet mignon, it's tri-tip, or it's chicken marsala. And some people see me on social media stuffing mac and cheese inside of a chicken wing, and they're like, "Man, we want that for our wedding." I'm like, "I'm not stuffing 300 chicken wings with mac and cheese." But yeah, one of my favorite recipes, man, that went viral was actually pinned on my page, is the salmon hot dogs. And I'm the first to do that. A lot of people say they've seen it before. It's in stores, and it's funny because I was getting screenshots of salmon hot dogs in stores. Cool, I seen it, and it was actually actual hot dogs with like salmon flavor paste on it. That's not a salmon hot dog. I made and grounded up my own salmon. made it into an actual hot dog. It was no actual beef in it or any of that stuff. So I think that was one of my favorite recipes for sure. And it had the internet going crazy. Had the internet going nuts. It had everybody thinking they did it before. Everything I do, people say, my grandma did that in the 90s. I'm sure your grandma did make a salmon hot dog in the 90s. I'm sure of that. I'm sure you did stuff mac and cheese and collard greens inside of a chicken wing when you were 3. So people just make up so much stuff. We've seen that before. So when I say on my social media, because I don't say it for everything, because of course I didn't make up everything, but if I say I'm the first to do it, that means I actually studied it, I looked into it, I did my Google research, I asked around, I looked in stores. I do so much for me to say I'm the first to do that, then I'm actually the first to do that.
Yeah, and sometimes people just be trolling just to say things just to troll.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, none of that stuff bothers me, man, because if they have time to sit on the internet all day and troll, that means they're literally doing nothing with their lives. So why would you be sad or upset about somebody that really has nothing going on for their lives? Like you got everything going on, you're happy. So when people get sad about these trolls and stuff, I have celebrity friends that just they get so mad, and I'm like, why do you get mad? You're a multi-millionaire, you have a wonderful life, and you're getting mad over somebody that probably doesn't even have a job, that's sitting in their basement somewhere. You can't get mad at that, man. Only thing you can do, I just reply back with a motivating thing like, man, I hope I hope you get there one day. I'll literally reply back, or I'll send a laughing emoji, and then they'll follow me. Man, you are cool. Like they just wanted that attention from you. You just talk shit about me, and then when I sent you an emoji, you start following me and DMing me. Man, you're so cool, man. So it's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's alchemy. You turn that negative energy and flip it into positive.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
It's important. And it's crazy that you mentioned that these celebrities that are multimillionaires that are getting affected by someone who might be homeless with a phone. And it's like, bro, like put everything into account, in perspective, I guess.
Yeah, they're sitting there literally all day. They have nothing. They literally will have nothing else to do if they're just on social media making fake pages. Who has time to make a fake page? That's to me. I don't know. I guess because my life is so fast paced, I don't have time for that. I can't create an email and a whole nother thing and password. I can't do all that. If that is how it works. And I don't have time to create fake pages. That seems like so much effort that you could be putting into learning how to trade, learning how to do sports betting, learning how to do something else. You're putting all your time and effort just to pro on the internet. That's a lot of effort. That's a lot of time.
A lot of time and energy just to be a scammer or a
Yeah,
troll. Yeah.
that's even worse. The scammers are even worse because you really you have all this talent to be able to create these fake websites, these fake things, and you can really be making real money off of it, but you decide to scam instead. It blows my mind, man. It blows my mind.
Yeah, it's super wild. And for anybody and everybody who's just joining, we're here with the Trendy Chef. We've been talking about a lot of things from Moval, how he basically put a challenge out there for 5,000, even as low as 3,000. Any chef out there who want to challenge him, he'll take it if you just got to put the money where the mouth is. So that's who we're here with today. He's making some a tasty menu for a wedding guest right now for us while we get to learn a lot more with him. You guys are on The Empire. Please like the video if you haven't. Subscribe to our channel. We have amazing guests like this. Comment, share, blah, blah, blah. You guys know how it goes. But Trendy, man, you mentioned that you've been on the Food Network, right? And obviously amazing experience. And you said, hey, people who got into it really have to know their shit to be a part of the Food Network. You can't just be messing around, right? So what was your experience like being on it, which you kind of talked about a little bit, but what also did it do for your career after being a part of the Food Network?
For my career, it's crazy because the Food Network didn't really boost my social media much, which is crazy. It didn't boost it really at all. It opened up a lot of doors in real life, which is dope. It's amazing. So it did nothing for social media, but it opened up doors in real life, meaning I didn't build followers off of it. But for my catering company, my restaurant, all the stuff I got going on, when you put As Seen on in the winter of a Food Network show, the lines are out the door. Everybody wants you there. Everybody wants, it's rare to be able to say you had a Food Network winning chef at your wedding. I go to every single wedding. I own this company, the Trendy Chef Catering. I go to every event, every wedding. This year, I had a lot of friends and stuff that's like, you gotta stop doing that. You gotta stop. But I just love what I do, man. I go to every single one. And it's rare, to say I had a Food Network winning chef at my wedding to cater my wedding. So they can talk about that years from now, 20 years from now, 15 years from now. So it definitely opened up a lot of doors, gave me a lot of respect for the Food Network. Like I said, everything's real, nothing's fake, nothing's scripted, nothing. Everything's real. So, and being around other chefs that are just amazing. It ain't like you're going against just random cooks off social media. I went against people that own restaurants for 20, 30 years, Michelin star restaurants, own bakeries. The girl that I won against in the third round, it was a dessert round, and she owned 3 bakeries. So she literally, that's what she does for a living. So for me to win those shows, man, it really means I have some kind of skill, because she was, shout out to her, but she was even giving me a hug at the third round before we even started. And she was like, man, you did good. But, I own all these bakeries. I've been doing this for 30 years. You're not going to beat me with a dessert. And I was like, dang. And I was thinking in my mind, like, at least I made it to the third round on the Food Network. And then I ended up winning. And it shocked the world. Did it for Moreno Valley for sure.
That part. I wonder if she was just trying to get into your head too.
Yeah, well, she really did own that many bakeries. She really did. She was an older woman too. She really did do that for as long as she said. So for me to, and I like baking, but I don't love baking. So for me to really go in there and beat her at what she does best, she wasn't really a savory chef. She only liked to bake. So just like how I beat her with the baking and I don't really like baking, she beat all those other chefs with savory dishes every single round and made it up to there. So you just have to learn, especially going to culinary school. You can't even graduate without learning cake decorating and baking. So I had to learn it anyway. So, I just put all my memory from culinary school into it, and I won.
Dope. And I think you said it like a gem to people that I just want people to realize. So, folks, he said that from his experience on being on this huge food network, he didn't get a bunch of followers from it, but he got a lot of other opportunities behind the scenes that actually brought money in, right? Brought experiences and brought better connections in. So followers are nice, but keeping the lights on and taking care of business is even better. And so I want you guys to realize that he may have gotten 1 million followers from it, but he probably made over $1 million probably from it behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So you guys be the decision on what you guys think is better, $1 million or 1 million followers. You be the decider.
Yeah, it changed my life, man. Even my agent, man, shout out to my agent, but she said, a lot of people that she represents has millions of followers. But when I was I got a lot more brand deals than them because of my personality, the way I move myself. So it ain't always about your followers. Yes, followers can definitely get you into some doors as far as social media if you want brand deals and stuff like that. Because social media right now, to me, is everything.
Yeah.
But that still works with what I did with the Food Network. Even though I didn't gain the followers, I was able to put the winner of Supermarket Stakeout in my bio. I was able to reach out to people, and that's the first thing they see. So yeah, it ain't all about the followers, man. It's who's following you actually. So you can have 1 million followers, but if you have 100 followers, but you have Jay Leno, the president, and all these people following you out of your 100 followers, and they just have a 1 million followers, just random people that's not invested or can't do nothing for them, then their followers mean way more than yours. So that's where networking comes in for sure.
Yeah. I guess it goes down to quality, not quantity, right there too, right?
Definitely. And shout out, I'll be giving shout outs to all my interviews. Shout out to my mentor, Chef Rush, the real Chef Rush. Look him up, man. He's done so much for me. That is my mentor. He's actually he actually was a black chef of the WhiteHouse for 21 years. And he's a veteran, combat veteran. He does 2,222 push-ups every day before he leaves the house for veteran suicide awareness. Shout out to all the veterans. My dad's a veteran. Yeah, man. And he, to me, y'all praised Gordon Ramsay, Bobby Flay. I met them. They're super dope people. But if I ask 100 people right now, 95 of them won't know who the chef of the WhiteHouse was or is. You can't name them. Those people, to me, because they're not in the limelight, he is now. He's blowing up on social media. But a lot of people, when I say, yeah, my mentor is a chef at the White House for 21 years, they're like, who the hell is that? Then they look him up, man, it's this big buff black guy that has just done so much amazing stuff. So to me, not just because he's my mentor, I put him on a higher pedestal than Bobby Flay, Gordon Ramsay, and he can outcook them. So for when I cook for my mentor, he told me that I had some of the best food that he's ever tasted. Meant a lot to me because he's traveled the world. Literally, there's no place that he has not been. So when he tells me I have some of the best food, man, that meant a lot.
You know, I'm so glad that you mentioned him because this says that I'm on the right path and that we're aligned right now, secretly, that you may not know on a different level. Because my next question was, guess what? What was the impact that Chef Andre Rush had on your life?
That's crazy.
Right? That was my next question. And
Yeah.
so you made a bold statement right now that a lot of people might get upset about. And so I want to address it. Why, in your opinion, is he a better chef than Gordon Ramsay, and Bobby Flay and things like that? Why, in your mind, is he a better chef?
To me, what he had to go through to become a chef, I'm not sure I can say how because he told me that, but just some things that he's been through, man. Things that he's been through, family he's lost, stuff that, not saying that they haven't gone through that, but he literally had to build all of this stuff off of social media, off of TV. He really had to have the skills. Bobby Flay and Gordon Ramsay built their names. Of course, they did a lot of amazing things before they got to TV, but they still didn't know who they were until they became these TV sensations. So he did it without the TV, without the social media, he just started really getting into the social media a few years back, and his followers have went through the roof. But he's been doing that. He don't let social media change him. He's so busy that he flies like 5 times a week. Like, if you're on a plane 5 times a week, you the busiest person I ever met. I thought I was busy. And he'll still answer my phone call. I can call him right now. He'll answer my phone call unless he's in the air and doesn't have service. But he literally will call, answer it. If he doesn't, gets back to me within like 5 minutes every single time. And that says a lot too. But to me, that's what makes him better, man. Just his humbleness. I met Gordon Ramsay and Bobby Flay, but Chef Rush humbleness, what he's been through, how he got there, and yeah, the things that he went through and still became the head chef of the White House is incredible to me, and that makes him a better chef because I don't know how many times Gordon Ramsay and Bobby Flay's cooked for the U.S. presidents, but they can't say they cooked for 4 U.S. presidents like him. So it takes a lot to get there for sure.
That part. And too bad you're on your phone, because I would definitely like to put you to the test about giving him a phone call right now.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Like, man, that would have been dope. That would been
Dang.
dope.
You ain't got 2 phones?
I got a business phone somewhere. His number definitely ain't in that phone though. Where's my business phone? My business phone is somewhere around here.
Got you. Assistant, grab his phone. Somebody grab his phone.
grab my business phone.
Yeah, man. I want to put that to the test. So I was like, hey, let's.
I really do need to find that though. I'm like, where's my business phone? Today's Sunday. I usually golf and just do like chill stuff today. So I don't really. That's probably why my business phone is not by me. I usually have my business phone to my hip, but on Sundays, that's another thing. Just to tell y'all, man, people that work hard, take a little time to yourself. Even me, what I'm doing today, catering, tasting for 4 people, that's relaxing to me. I know some people might be like, you're crazy, you're still working. This is relaxing. I'm talking to you guys. I'm prepping. So that's what I do on Sundays. I like to have it more relaxed because my Monday through Saturday is insane with events, contracts, all kind of stuff. So Sundays, I usually golf, man, but I've been too busy for that lately. But I definitely am gonna get back into that too. But take some time to yourself, man. Whether it's washing my car is relaxing too. Some people might think I'm crazy for that because my life is so fast paced that things like this slows it down a little bit. Like yesterday, we talked about how busy I was. I woke up at 5 a.m. I did one event for a church. I had to drop off breakfast to them, and by they wanted breakfast by 8 a.m. By 9:30, I had to drive to another city to drop off food to one of my clients at their private jet. From 9:30 to 11:30, I had to come back to another city that was an hour away to drop off lunch to another client. After that, came back, prepped in the kitchen for my event. I had a jazz night event that same night. Got home, woke up at 5, got home about midnight, went to bed around 2 in the morning, woke up before this, went to go shop for this stuff, and now I'm on this, and now I have a taste. So, yeah, man, take some time to breathe and take a day for sure.
Definitely got to do some self-care, folks. You can't, what is it, burn at both ends and then go out. Don't want that.
Yeah, man. Trust me, I'll be tired. I got a little bit of sleep last night. To me, in such as 4 or 5 hours of sleep is great for me. 6 hours is like, man, I'm good. I'm ready to go. I haven't slept 7, 8 hours since probably college, so it's been a while.
Yeah,
Sleep is important now. Sleep is important.
Yeah. Don't forget your sleep, folks. Don't forget your sleep. I keep on hearing people talk about the greatness of golf, man. So I need to really try out golf because I've been hearing so many people talk about how they love it, man.
It's relaxing, man. Never thought a young thug from Moreno Valley would ever be on the golf course with millionaires. And it's to me, that networking is a different level. If you're on the golf course, you got to think, man, not just everybody's golfing. So you got these millionaires, multi-millionaires golfing, businesses. Everybody on that golf course, everybody on that golf course owns a business. Everybody, they own
Period.
a business, or they know something about a business. They know something about something. So while you're golfing, hey, you're having a conversation at the same time. I have a golf coach that's actually in the top 10 top golf coaches in the United States, man. And that happened from me shooting a video for my clothing line at the golf course, and everybody was like, "Who the hell is this kid up here shooting a video?" I had drones and all kind of stuff. Like I literally shut the whole golf course down. So he came over there and was like, "Hey, who are you?" I was like, I'm Trendy Chef, Food Network chef, man." And soon I said Food Network. Food Network, oh my God. Oh, and then boom, can I teach you for free? He charges thousands of dollars to people. And he was like, "Man, can I just teach you for free? I just want to be in the presence of you." I want to be in the presence of you, bro. So yeah, stuff like that, man, came from the golf course.
Yeah, golf course be one of the biggest networking spots on the planet.
Oh my God, it's incredible. It's incredible. I really need to get back to it. And surprisingly, since I bought this house, man, I've been here for like 7 months. I haven't golfed one time yet, man. In 7 months, I used to go every single week, even a couple times a week. So just getting back into my rhythm, man, from opening the restaurant and the catering and all the stuff I'm doing just now, it took that many months to get back in my rhythm. Now I'm ready to go. And so after this Sunday, I might even golf today, actually. I'm gonna start golfing again and taking some me time, man. You need some me time for sure.
That part, me time with some tea time, man.
Yeah, definitely. I love tea, man. I need to get my tea in a minute too. But
And what better time of the year than during I guess summer in SoCal. Desert's kind of rough, but at least the sun will be out. It'll be a good time to go back to golf again, man.
oh yeah, definitely, man.
During the summer. Go ahead. Were you gonna say something?
Oh no, I was gonna tell people health as well, because a lot of people ask me, how do I stay fit from all the crazy food that I make on social media? How am I? First of all, I work out a lot. I eat fresh food, nothing frozen. You don't want any processed food. Every morning I do a warm lime shot, warm lime water, cold lime water, gets rid of a lot of mucus. It does just so much. If you guys looked at it, just Google benefits of lime water. I do my protein shakes. I run every day, run 2 to 3 miles a day. Now I do. I just now because of boxing, but before I was still work out. But that running, the cardio, boxing is crazy. But yeah, man, health is wealth, man. Health is wealth. So make sure you guys are staying hydrated with water, lots of water, lots of food. If you guys see me doing something crazy on social media, go ahead. You can try it, of course, but you got to make sure you balance that out, man. Balance it out with some good veggies, a lot of water, and take care of yourself.
That part. I like to say health over everything.
Oh, yeah, that's number one. That's number one.
Yeah, because if you're not healthy, how can you run a business? If you're healthy, how can you not take care of your family? If you're not healthy, how can you do anything in life? So health over everything.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? And going back to what he was saying, folks, about basically citrus and water, for example, lemon and water, or key limes in water. Basically, you juice it, put it in some water. It has amazing health benefits for detoxing the body, keeping it clean and cleansing it. Citrus fruits are really good on that. And so I second you, man. I think being healthy. I was telling the homie that, hey, we only have one body, one vessel, so we have to treat this thing as best as possible. You can buy a new car, get a new house, and work in a new thing, but you only got this thing, so take care of it. Take care of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And Trendy, I wanted to ask you,
Yeah.
why was it so important? And correct me if I'm wrong if you did or did not do this. Why was it so important to start a youth cooking class?
So
And is it still available?
Oh yeah. So right now, for my youth cooking class, I rent out a lot of buildings and did a lot of stuff where I believe in ownership of everything. So I just put it on pause for now because I'm actually buying out a building to call my own. So I won't have the rules of, someone else. Hey, you can open it here. Hey, we got to close down this day, because that's not fair to me, to the kids. But yeah, I've taught youth cooking class. I started teaching about 7 years ago, for free. So it was just literally free. I went to juvenile hall detention centers to teach those kids and gave them, upon release, gave them opportunities to learn different things, from option trading to learning how to cook. So a lot of stuff. I do a lot of stuff for the youth because I was a troubled youth. I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have guidance. I didn't have any of that stuff. I just had me, just doing crazy stuff out in the street. So that's why the youth is so important to me, man. That's why giving back is so important. And right now, we still do the cooking classes, but it's not as much as it was. It's going to blow up real soon again. But it went from free to a very, very affordable cooking class because it's another, to me, it's in the same category, and I wanted it to be as sports. So you sign kids up for sports, you see football, basketball, you see soccer, but you don't see culinary, real culinary, not like a little home ec class. So I was teaching them hands-on what mise en place is, which is on my hand. It's French for everything in its place. It's the most important thing in the kitchen, meaning I'm doing my mise en place right now. So this is mise en place. Everything's mise en place. Everything's chopped up. So when I'm ready to cook over here, I'm not chopping anything anymore. Now I'm going from here to here. There's no more chopping. I won't need this anymore. I teach them things like that I had to go to culinary school and pay a lot of money for, get grants and loans. So yeah, that's why it's important to me, man, to teach the youth.
That's dope, man. And thank you for that work, number one, because as they say, the children are the future, and we have to put our work and our mind and the perspective into our youth, to make them understand. Even the elderly too. Other older folks need some guidance too, but definitely the youth are the future. And so I thank you for that. And basically, to be announced soon because we're working on getting a location to work more for the youth cooking class, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
We're definitely working on some locations. Gonna be doing it a lot more. That's what I definitely plan on doing a lot next year. Finally having, I have a team for catering. Of course, I can't cater all by myself. I have an amazing team, but I'm always at the events and stuff. So next year, so if you want to cater from Trendy Chef Catering, you better give me this year. I've been doing it for so long. I think this is my last year physically doing everything that I'm doing. I'm going to get some amazing head chefs to take over. Already have an amazing team. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing a lot of that. A lot of my time will be spent just traveling, doing a kids tour where I go to different states and teach kids at different, basically I'm gonna have a class in New York, Miami, everywhere I go. I'm gonna literally start a tour. Y'all hearing it here first, where I go from state to state teaching kids, man. So that's what I'm doing a lot next year. So this year, if y'all see me, y'all want to cater, y'all want food, y'all got to get it this year because this is my last year. Trendy Chef is retiring from the catering that I've been doing for over 11, 12 years. This is it, man.
Yeah, 2024, the end of it. And
Yeah.
like I said, Trendy, earlier, we're on the same wavelength. Guess what my next question is going to be?
What was it? about the about
Catering.
uh-huh.
Why did you start the Trendy Catering? Who do you serve? How did it
That's
start? What do you offer?
that's crazy. Yeah, and it's funny. So with catering, um, I started, of course, because I worked for many catering companies. Man, I worked for a lot of different catering companies, um, and as I wanted to become a boss, and I learned just so much, man. I had an amazing mentor that was my boss, actually. I worked for Pink's Hot Dogs right after culinary school. So when I graduated, a lot of people think that you're a chef, you're going to go to this Michelin star restaurant right away. I told people, look, man, I'm not a chef. I'm gonna take whatever job I can. It was a lady that came up to my culinary school and said, hey, when I graduate, who wants to make hot dogs? Everybody laughed at me. They're laughing again. So they laughed at me. You're gonna make hot dogs, man. We're gonna go to these restaurants and work in these different restaurants. I worked on her hot dog truck for like 3-4 years. From there, she actually owned a catering company as well. And she was like, man, you've been cooking these hot dogs for years. She actually was she's brilliant. She owned the first mobile Pink's hot dog. If you guys are from California, you know Pink's hot dogs in Hollywood, legendary. So she owned the first mobile where she went everywhere with it instead of people just having to go to LA. She also owned a catering company, and she was like, you've been cooking for so long, man. You've been down for me. I want you to finally get into your element. I know you want to cook some other food. I have this menu for you. Here's the catering menu. I'm gonna pay you this amount of money. We'll talk after. I did it, had the menu, cooked. She said, the client loves your food. It's amazing. Let me introduce you. Jay Leno walks into the door. And I'm like, Jay Leno, oh, this is crazy. If y'all don't know Jay Leno, multi-millionaire, probably a billionaire with his car collection, biggest car collection in the world. And I love cars. I'm a car guy. So when Jay Leno walked in, I was like, man, this is amazing. Then I cooked for my first celebrity. And then Kid Ink, flies down this helicopter. Like a month later, I'm cooking for another celebrity. She says, hey, you want to go to Coachella and cook? And I mean all the celebrities, from Kim Kardashian to Drake to everybody. And then I had to sit down with her and thank her, like, hey, thank you for doing all this for me. But I have to leave your business because I want to start my own thing. She clapped it up for me. She was happy for me. I said, I want to start my own catering. I've learned from you for years. I studied how you get clients, how to study the books, how to work on your QuickBooks, how to hire an accountant. I learned all of that. And all of this started with hot dogs. So everybody that laughed at me, that's the reason I own a multi-million-dollar catering business now, because I started making hot dogs. So I just wanted to be a boss man and work with my own thing.
Yeah, that's what's up. And what who is the catering service for, and what do you guys offer?
What is my catering service for?
Yes, sir.
We cater every kind of event, from weddings to corporate parties to funerals, which we don't have a lot of that. I think we only get like two. Thank goodness, because we don't want to do those. But we do literally every single thing. Husband and wife. We've had private events where they came and said, husband came, hey, I want to surprise my wife for my anniversary. Can you come to the house and cook? We do literally everything, and we're the only catering company in this area. I don't know about everywhere, but I don't see many. I worked for about 7 catering companies before I started my own. Um, and we customize every single menu. We don't have standard menu. Most catering companies say, here's our list of our menus. You have to choose from that or nothing. We literally customize it. I don't, just like I did the Trinidadian food. I don't care what kind of food it is. I did a German wedding. Everybody was from Germany. I do it all, man. So, and we're the only catering company like that. We have no limits at all. It don't matter what cuisine that you can think of in the world. Any cuisine will do for you. I don't care if it's Indian food, um, Japanese, it doesn't matter, man. And I can say we're the only catering company in California to do every single cuisine, every cuisine.
That's dope. That's dope. Man, I can't wait till you get that order for cannibals and they're like, hey, can we do a cannibal menu from Trendy Chef? And you gotta serve them, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah. We did. It's crazy because I did some cannabis events back in the day. That it was I did a cannabis Mother's Day event. I learned how to infuse, and that's the science behind that too. Because
Yeah, not cannabis, cannibals,
oh yeah,
cannibals.
no, oh yeah, no, cannibal, but it reminded me of cannabis too. Um, I did. That's what I was touching on. I did a cannabis event, and it's funny because you wouldn't think mothers would do, like a cannabis type of event, but they were teaching, and I don't smoke or anything, but they were teaching the benefits of cannabis and what's important, and that blew my mind because I'm talking, thinking growing up, it's just weed. It's not. When I said that, people were like, what the hell? And I was like, what are you guys doing? So they were teaching the benefits and what's it for, and I was shocked. But just to touch, I know you said cannabis, but I was like, cannabis. I was like, let me touch on that before I forget. But yeah, that's crazy to think of that. So all my cannabis people that may be in this chat, I learned some dope things about it. I don't smoke because I have to stay focused, man. But that don't it focus some people, but it don't focus me. It'll throw me off. But learning the benefits and qualities and how important it is to people was insane. I didn't know that. So never judge anyone because they really have some dope like things to say about it and why they take it and it helps them sleep and helps with this and it's just crazy.
Yeah, it's a whole different thing. And for everyone who's just joining the live or maybe watching the replay, we're here with Trendy Chef. He actually just talked to us about his catering, the Trendy Chef catering, and how he's been doing it for 11 years plus. And this is his last year. You guys got to catch him, and they can do anything. You guys just talk to him and his team, and they will get whatever you guys want. He actually also just talked about how he did some cannabis infused stuff. But you guys are on The Empire. Please like the video if you haven't. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Comment down below. Share this live. We do much amazing, great stuff with informative information with great people, just like Trendy himself here. And so a lot of going back to the infused stuff with the THC, a lot of it has to be turned into butter first, right? Or some type of oil, and then you can do what you want with it.
Yeah. You have to turn it into the butter. Some people turn it into like olive. I've seen olive oils. I've seen so much stuff, man. It was amazing.
Got you. So I wanted to ask the same question about what I asked about the catering company because you also have I guess they call it brick and mortar, correct?
Yeah, I have a restaurant. It used to be inside of a mall, but we ended up kind of, if you guys know who Mr. Beast is, we kind of tried to follow his steps on like the ghost kitchen aspect of it because I was so busy and it was hard to find good help with the restaurant, like super hard. That's not one of the hardest things to find a good staff that cares how you care. Amazing servers, cashiers, but when it comes to cooking, they didn't have that same passion. So what we did was turn it into a pop-up ghost restaurant to where we can pop up 3 times a week, 1 time a week. We can not pop up at all, and that way it's less stress on me. Because when I opened my restaurant, I was there from like 7 in the morning to 1 in the morning every single day for 11 months. Every day, we were sleeping, spending the night there. It was just insane. We're literally camping out, no sleep. It was the most stressful time of my life. I literally stopped social media. I wasn't on social media for like 7 or 8 of those months. It was crazy, man. So happiness and health is first. So yeah, the money was great. Money was coming in. We had the every day, Monday through Sunday, the restaurant was open. I decided to look out for my health. I was losing sleep. I was losing weight. It was that stressful. So I ended up turning it into a pop-up restaurant and now we're happy. We can pop up right now. We can open it. I can go in there, open it with the key and post it on social media and say, hey, we're open today. Or I can not open it for a week. I can go on vacation. So we turned it more into a pop-up ghost kitchen if you guys don't know what that is.
Gotcha. And is it still under the same name brand and everything like that?
Everything's the same, just location switched. It's still battered up. It's still Temecula. It's actually only 2 streets over from where the mall was, off of Jefferson and Winchester. Same menu, same everything. We just are now we pop up when we want, which actually made it a little more exclusive because I was at a winery event and some guy came up to me and said, hey, can I like give you extra money to get into to Battered Up? I said, what are you talking about? He said, I heard it's like exclusive, man. I heard it's hard to get in. I was like, dang, that's the word around. That's pretty dope. That's good for that to be around. He thought it was that exclusive to where he had to try to slide me some money to get in front of the list. I was like, no, man, it's no list. It's just a pop-up kitchen. You got to catch it when we're open. So the word around town was it's so exclusive and hard to get into, man.
Yeah, and maybe this is just me talking because my mind's going. Maybe that's kind of where the future of the evolution of Battered Up might become, like an exclusive, maybe more of a high-end restaurant. It might actually turn into that, maybe.
Yeah. We could definitely we get offers all the time, man, from different airports to everywhere, man. But right now, I'm just happy with what I'm doing. Money doesn't make me happy. Health and myself, you gotta be happy yourself first. If you do things for money, you're not gonna be happy. That's why you see a lot of people at jobs and they always looking at the clock. We're ready to clock out. When you do what I'm doing, we don't look at the clock. Unless we have another meeting or something.
Yeah, yeah.
We don't look at the clock saying, when is this? I've never done a catering event. Was like, hey, when is this over? Is it over right now? We don't do that, man. We just have fun with it.
I love that. You know, you're not the only person that I've heard mention that. Well, the saying goes, "Good help is hard to find." But I know people that run restaurants and like, what's your thoughts on why is it so hard to find good people to work? I guess in the cooking line and in restaurants and food. Why? What's your opinion on that? Why do you think it's so difficult?
To me, everybody thinks they're a chef. That's first one. Until they meet a chef. I had someone come in and say that they wanted a lot of money hourly, like a lot. And I was like, okay, cool. Let's make it happen. You gonna be what do you want to be my head chef? They couldn't cut a tomato. Literally could not slice a tomato. Didn't know how to hold a tomato, didn't know how to slice it, didn't know the thinness. It was just horrible. But they want all this money. So because of social media, everybody thinks they're these chefs because they have a camera in front of them and they're cooking at home, but they can cut and edit. There's no cutting and editing when you're in a real kitchen. So they really said they wanted all this money and they couldn't cut a tomato. It shocked me. And people come in late. People were drinking. People were coming in high. It was just, and that's just, don't know why chefs are like that. I know we have long nights. Chefs actually get paid some of the least, their pay is actually not a lot and they work more than a lot of different, a lot of, as far as that career, you work different. You put in more hours, more work, and you don't get paid the same. So I'm not sure why, but every last person that I know that has a restaurant, they went through either a million people or they cannot find the help, man. I don't know why these chefs don't want, don't want to work.
And then the robots are going to take over.
Yeah, and then they're gonna cry and be mad when the robots do take over, man. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was hard for me. It was like we had one chef that said he traveled the world, cooking in different places. So I was like, yeah, cool, man. I just opened a restaurant. I looked at the resume. Come to find out, we did a background check. He did cook around the world, but he cooked around the world in prisons. Different. He was actually an inmate cooking in the jail. And I was like, what? So so you cooked around the world, all right, but you cooked around the world handcuffed in the jail. So it wasn't like you cooked around the world and you were a chef going to cook for them and leaving and going home. You couldn't go home. You was in jail. So and I believe in giving chances. I gave people chances that had felonies and then they backstabbed me. And it was like, coming in late, not showing up. I missed so many opportunities, which for those who don't know, I did Chopped on the Food Network. They said my dish was the best. They said everything about what I was doing was the best, but you can't leave an ingredient off the plate. I was I did Chopped 2 weeks after opening my restaurant. So I had two ingredients sitting this close to the plate, and I didn't put them on the plate. I was automatically disqualified. When I went on set, Alex Grinachelli, which was there from Supermarket Stakeout, she seen how I was hyped up on Supermarket Stakeout, I was ready to go. I was sitting in the corner. She said, "Hey, man, you all right?" I said, "I ain't been getting no sleep. I just opened a restaurant a couple weeks ago, and I'm thinking about the restaurant because you guys are going to take our phones. I can't check with my staff." She said, "Why the hell are you here? You should have put Chopped on hold because my mind wasn't focused. You could see I was not focused because I'm using this fun guy in the corner making everybody laugh. I was in the corner quiet, just sitting there, just zoned out." And she said, "Man, this is not the Trendy Chef that was on my first show." So I did everything right, man. They was loving the food, and then I ended up blanking because I just thought about my restaurant, and I thought about it for some reason like the last 20 seconds of that round, and then I was like, "Hell yeah, man! I'm about to beat this round." I looked down, and I was like, "Why didn't I put these amazing ingredients that I just cooked onto the plate?" And that's why I got eliminated.
Damn.
Yeah, all from that. It was just too much on my mind, man. And after that, I was like, I'm shutting this restaurant down, man. I have to shut this thing down, man. So yeah. So I will be
No.
back. I will be going back on Chop soon. I can't say too much about it, but I'll be back on there real soon. Sooner than you guys think.
Got you. Stay tuned, folks. Stay tuned. Hearing it first on the Empire.
Yeah, now I'm focused. Now I'm back. So now it's over for the chefs.
Back with a vengeance. Back with a vengeance.
A lot of the chefs DM me, man. It was like, man, dang, man, you would have beat us if you had. They were scared of me, man. They see my previous shows, they see what I did, and it was like they said we were all relieved when we seen that you didn't have those two items on your plate. And one chef didn't have one item on her plate. So even if I would have had one item and she would have one item, they would have had to pick one of us to win still or to go. and I would have. She even told me like, if you'd have one more item on your plate, you'd have beat me. I was like, in my mind, I was like, yeah, I know, I didn't want to be cocky, but I was like, yeah. So yeah, all those chefs DM'd me, man. Was like, man, you deserve to win that one. We see that you just wasn't in your zone, man. I was the only one that knew how to check oysters in seconds. I was the only one. Like I was really in the zone for a minute. Then I just spaced out thinking about the restaurant mid competition. It was crazy. I'll
Yeah.
never forget that. I would never forget that.
Don't worry. It wasn't your time, man. It wasn't your time.
Yeah. I was like, man, I'll be back. And even the producer was like, no, you have to come back on the show because you're too good of a chef to forget two ingredients on the plate. Not like the food was amazing. They said the taste was there, the texture was there. I just forgot two ingredients.
Yeah, facts. And this is just my opinion. I think um, your personality helps a lot for this for shows like that because people are like, you could be a good chef, sure, but if you have like if you have nothing, then it's
Yeah.
like, okay, what's the point of bringing them back on? But if you're a chef that is good, entertaining, connect with people and audience, like we got to bring them back on.
Oh yeah.
So that's just my opinion, right? I could be
Man,
wrong.
no, you're correct about that. You gotta be. They want a talented chef, but they want somebody that's going to entertain as well. And I was doing it on my first show. I was doing the robot. I had this little basket that I bought from this lady, and I was kneeling down. I was literally putting on the show the entire time while doing my chef thing. They want both best of both worlds for sure.
Yeah, you gotta get those ratings up, you know. And what I wanted to say, man, I wanted to say thank you for giving opportunities for convicted felons and stuff like that, right? Because a lot of people, you know, majority of black men, as we know, are incarcerated and don't get those second opportunities. And recidivism is normal. It's common. Recidivism, folks, people don't know, is people who have been incarcerated and go back in high percentages. So I want to thank you for giving people opportunities, man. And as you mentioned, and you've seen, some people do not respect opportunities that are given to them.
That
Right.
literally what I was doing, that was a once in a lifetime opportunity. You're working for a Food Network chef that just opened a restaurant. That means the possibilities are endless. That means you could have moved up, you could have ran another restaurant, you could have done so much, and nobody else is going to hire you. Because and the people that I hired, they were the ones that had to like sign up for like a temp agency. They went through temp agencies after other stuff. I gave them an opportunity to be an actual employee, and they didn't take that, man. And now a lot of them aren't doing good, man. A lot of them are doing actually pretty bad right now. And I was like, man, you had that opportunity in your hand to become the head chef of any of my restaurants from that point on. And now you're sitting in a trailer with the lights. Literally, one of them are sitting in a trailer with no lights, no gas, no AC. To where if it's too hot outside, he can't be in a trailer all day. If it's too cold, he has to go and try to find a hotel. Like you're living in that space, but I was paying you amazing money, amazing opportunities. I've even allowed some of them into my home when they didn't have a place to go. And at the end of the day, it backstabbed. It didn't work out. But I can say on my end, I tried my best for sure.
Yeah, and respect to you, man. And you know, as the old saying goes, you can take a horse to the water, but you can't make it drink it.
Yeah, that's facts.
You know
I
what I
was
mean?
just I was just so shocked that they didn't take that. I'm still shocked today that they didn't use that and really build from it. They could have changed their lives, their family lives. But hey, one day I will find one. I really want to find a chef that maybe is just like that, that didn't have a lot going on, that would come in and just fire. A fire just is in his eyes and he's just ready to go. I'm about changing lives, man. So if you're out there, if you want to be a chef, literally, if you're on this right now, you're in the Inland Empire, you got to be in the IE, and you're looking for the opportunity, I always need sous chefs. Come on, let's do this. And let's do it.
Y'all heard it here first, folks. Right there, man. And appreciate you, man, because two things. You don't have to do that. That's number one. You don't have to do that. And number two is like, you know, everybody has a choice on what they make in their life. And so maybe that those people are not ready for those decisions, but definitely what you just said right now about the person with the fire in their eyes, they're gonna show up. They're gonna show up.
Yeah,
Like we said
and
earlier, you speak it into fruition, right? They're gonna show
oh,
up.
man, I need one. I need one to show up, show off. We can do TV shows together, catering. It literally is going to be a life that they've never seen ever. So hey, I'm gonna be patient. Hopefully y'all come this year because next year, like I said, the catering, I'm looking for a chef to run it. So now's the time to start working with me so you can learn the ins and outs.
Hey, I believe it, man. I'm putting that out there with you, man. Like it's coming. It's
Like,
coming. And speaking of all the things that you do, dog, like you mentioned earlier that you showed us your seasoning, so you have your own seasoning that you do. You know what I mean? Bada
yep.
bing, bada boom.
And you know what? This big bottle is for at home. So when people ask me, do I really use the same season? So you see how many different. So I have vegetables here. I've tri-tip in the oven. I'm gonna do chicken. Everything is seasoned with the same thing. Everybody, the taste is different depending on what you put it on. I put this on vegan food, seafood, chicken, everything. This is literally that's why my bottle is bigger. If y'all want these bottles, y'all gotta DM me personally because everybody they get these bottles, which I have to send out some tomorrow too. They get these smaller bottles and they keep ordering because it's so good. But I definitely need to come out with maybe this bigger bottle. But this is what I use at home because I literally use this season at home. I don't use any other seasons ever.
Damn. Reminds me of something that I heard today that I wanted to share with you. I thought it was a really good idea. So let's say they're traveling to Europe and everyone says that, Europe and England, like they have no seasoning on their food. So maybe it might be a good idea. I'm going to pass this information on you to make like a travel size seasoning that people could take that they want to season their food when they go into like England or something like that.
That's funny you say that because I've been thinking about that so long. My daughter carries a small seasoning in her backpack when we're at restaurants because she don't like the taste of no one's food but mine. So I'm like, man, maybe I should come out with. It's crazy you said that. Maybe now that you're saying it, sometimes it takes people to keep telling me stuff, and now I'm finally like, you know what? Let me do it. So yeah, that's smart.
Yeah, I think you should take it, man. Alley oop, dog, alley oop.
I know it's gonna be disrespectful to the chefs, so they're like, if they see it, they're like, are you putting more seasoning on stuff? But yeah, man, I mean, some people just, I mean, it ain't really disrespectful. It's just, I mean, some people taste buds are different. They just want more
Yeah,
seasoning.
and why does it matter? Why should you not make a business move based on someone else's opinion?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's a big business move too, because so many people want this thing. I even see like the little hot sauces people keep in their purses and backpack, though, like little tiny ones. So yeah,
Yeah,
you'll be seeing that soon for sure.
there you go. There you go. So I just wanted to uplift you with that, man, and pass that on to you, man, making travel sizes for people who are going to places that they don't get the seasoning right.
Hey man, I'm gonna have to send you a couple of those, man, or yeah, connect with you. You definitely need some of this. This is good, man. We've changed up a lot of the ingredients, as far as taking out some of the salt and putting in sea salt and putting in pink salt, Himalayan. So we're getting this as healthy as possible too. So that way it's literally for everybody.
I love that. Yeah, I'll definitely give you my info when we get off of this live, and we can definitely talk some more about that.
Oh yeah, I got you.
But yeah, definitely travel size, bro. I had to. I heard it this morning, and I was like, I got to tell Trendy. I got to tell Trendy about it.
Oh yeah.
So, when God sends a messenger, I'm just passing it on, right? So like I said, you have, and you mentioned this earlier, you have a lot of businesses, man. You do the Trendy Chef catering. You got the wholesale house. You got the seasoning. You got the pop up business. You're doing social media. You're doing so many things, man.
Option
How
trading.
do you manage all of these things? How do you manage all this?
A lot of business people actually it blows their mind because I managed all of it myself. So like literally, I create my logos, I do the contracts, I do all of that, man. That's why I'm saying this is my last year doing it. And I'm gonna have a whole nother team doing it next year. Um, I don't know. I guess I'm so used to it, man. I'm so used to doing it. It just comes second nature. It's tiring. I think that's why it's catching up to me this year. To where, hey, man, I need to have somebody take over this, man, this catering company. And hopefully they do it well, they will have to do it like me because I won't leave until they do. But yeah, I think I'm just used to it, man. It's just an everyday part of my life now.
Got you. And number one, okay, there's two things I want to address, right? Number one, or three things. Number one, proud of you for just executing everything on your own and getting this far with it. Number
Yeah.
two, I respect you having the vision to say, you know what, I'm gonna have to delegate this out to people to handle this, right?
Yeah.
Because as you hang around multimillionaires, you see that they don't do everything else. They delegate it to other people so that way they can take care of other things that can open up bigger opportunities to make bigger investments and stuff like that. So I see that happening for you, right? And so I just want to congratulate you on having that revelation. Like, you know what, I can't do it all, especially if I want to hit this next level. I'm gonna have to delegate.
Yeah, definitely.
Am I talking correctly?
Oh no, you're right. That's exactly what it is. You know what you're saying, man. So that's definitely how it is and how it's gonna be, man. I've been working so hard, man. You just have to, and it's been so many years. So for people that is starting a business, don't try to, not be a part of really the business the first year, like only like a year or two, and you're like, man, that's it, man. I'm a boss now. I need to hire. It doesn't work out like that. I put in so many years that when it's definitely that time, I'm gonna feel it. I'm feeling it now. That's that. It's time to move on to the next big thing in my life for sure.
Yeah, I love that. And I want to shout out a couple things to you, man. I want to shout out because I think I saw you post something a couple of weeks ago saying, if, and this is after I DM'd you. So you made a DM saying, anybody who wants to collaborate, hit me up. And I appreciate you even making that statement, because there's a lot of people that are in your position that wouldn't even say that. Right. And then, I going back to like people blowing up these people's Instagrams and their things and blowing them up. Right. I also think what's going to help you a lot is when and I'm pretty sure you have this or not, or you're planning on getting it, is an assistant. I think it's really going to help elevate your time, your management, and your freedom, and like separating the curd from the whey, from the people who are claiming to travel around the world being chefs and incarcerated while they're doing it type of situation.
But, yeah, I need a couple. I have an assistant, but the assistant sticks to a certain thing.
Yeah.
But people don't know assistants. They all play a different part. Some assistants might, make sure your wardrobe is right, everything is good. Some assistants might do all your paperwork, your book work. Some assistants might book your flight. So yeah, next year I plan on having a lot of that going on. Sure.
Got you, like a social media assistant or something like that.
So that's important, man, because social media it's more work than people think, man. It's not just putting a camera up and recording a video, especially doing it yourself. You're recording, you're editing. When you're a chef, you're shopping, you're prepping, you're recording, you're editing. And you're doing all that, which will take hours, and then you have to still start, your day. And that's kind of why I started really doing the reaction videos. I've been getting requests to do reaction videos for so long that I was like, you know what? Instead of cooking every single time, because I like to put effort into my post. I want it to be something creative, something people may not have seen. So, and then on days that I can't do that, I'm like, you know what, let me just do a reaction video. And the reaction video blew up, man. It's at over 40 million views now. And then the second was at 7 million, third was at 3 million. I went from 70,000 followers about a month and a half ago to 150,000, man. And it's just switching up what you're doing, having fun with it, man. I don't do stuff for views. I definitely don't do it for money on social media. So I just do it because I want to. I want to have fun. I still want to bring the people something. So I'm like, man, let me try these reactions. And the reaction stuff blew up, man, more than I thought. I never thought it would blow up like that.
Dope. And I'm gonna say this one more time. We're on the same wavelength. Guess what my next question is gonna be about?
The reactions are blowing up on social media. One of those for sure.
Basically, being an influencer, right? And man, that's when I know I'm in the right place and right time and things are lining up, right? So I guess the first thing that I wanted to do is like, mostly when I've been seeing the reaction videos, it has been mainly about this one lady doing it. Who is she, and why do you choose to use reactions to her stuff?
So I decided to do a reaction to hers because I thought not only it was creative, but it was funny at the same time because she's so serious about it.
Got you.
I think
What's her name, by the way?
I don't want to say it yet.
Okay.
Only because I let people find her themselves. That's why I haven't tagged her, because I'm working on something big that you guys are going to be shocked about. I ain't gonna say it yet. So
okay.
You probably know where I'm going with this.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll probably tell you off here, but yeah, something big, man. So that's why I'm doing everything I'm doing for a reason. It's a build up to something big. So yeah, so I started doing. A lot of people noticed it was just the same person, and it was just like I was testing out the algorithm. I was testing out everything. I was like, you know what? Because some people do stuff for likes, and if they don't get the likes, they get. I was like, you know what? Let me just test it out, see what happens. It got views, a lot of views. So I was like, let me just keep it going. And I kind of learned to stick with that because when I was doing all this deep frying stuff on TikTok, and I stopped deep frying, everything went downhill as far as not my followers. I didn't lose followers or nothing, but the views started going down because I was so accustomed that where everybody was so accustomed to seeing me deep fry stuff that when I stopped deep frying, they were like, "Okay, man, that flaming young looks good, but deep fried Skittles, deep fried marshmallows, deep fried," and that's what I was doing for a while. Anything people would tell me to deep fry, I would do it. And then this time I was like, you know what? I blew up with the reaction video. Let's just keep that going until I move on to the next thing. I don't want it to be why I do it and then I switch up something right away. Just keeping that momentum going, man. So I think that's why I kept posting her for sure.
Got you. And stay tuned, folks. He's got a surprise under his sleeve. You got a trick under his sleeve.
Yeah, big. This will do. I think that was almost at 50 million views. This one is going to double it for sure.
Okay, we can't wait to see it, folks. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. And obviously, Trendy Chef, you're known as being a chef, but I see you, doing these other things, like I said, as an influencer, doing these reaction videos, starting your vlog channel that you got going on, we're talking about your cyber truck. I see you doing I think we talked a little bit about even possible a documentary that you're working on. And so I just wanted to know, like, is there a thing for Trendy Chef, AKA Stephen Moore, maybe becoming an actor and becoming in front of the screen? Is that a possibility? Is that like a thing that's happening in the future?
I actually have now an acting coach, man. Shout out to my boy Larry. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I have an acting coach now. I'm actually going to be posting probably something tomorrow. I don't know if you guys seen the skit of me getting drowned in the water and they picking my head back up. So that'll be that full version of that will be posted tomorrow. So you guys really get to see Trendy Chef and his acting model.
Dope. And why did this come about? How did this come about wanting to, pursue this acting journey, and well, how did that happen from you, man?
Well, I've been wanting to be an actor for a long time, man. For years and years, I played background of a lot of like small little skits and little shows that people wouldn't even realize. I was even a security guard in one of these shows that I did years ago. So I always wanted to get into the acting, man. I don't know. I love the TV. I love the camera. Even with me doing stuff like what was it? So even with like working out, for example, if I'm working out and it's 2 hours in and I'm tired and I can barely do any more push-ups, for some reason, my coach laughed at me because if you put on the camera, that tiredness goes away. Now I'm doing 50 right away. He's like, "Where the hell did this come from? You were just tired." So I don't know what it is with me and the TV screen, but to me, I feel like I belong in front of the screen.
Oh man, I now that we're talking, man, I look forward to seeing you on the big screen, man. Who knows what opportunities will open up from this? Like, obviously the fashion's gonna happen and then acting's gonna happen. So who knows what other opportunities can happen? Like the resume is endless and the possibilities are endless. So I look forward to seeing that, man. Maybe even collaborating. I look forward to it all, bro.
Do it, man. Yeah, man. We only have one life to live, so I'm literally living it to the top and doing everything I said I wanted to do, from traveling to acting to seasoning to clothing. I'm trying to even think of something I haven't done yet, man. So I'm doing it all.
Got you. I guess you got to make your own golf bag, I guess, next or something.
That's crazy. I don't know how you know this. I had an opportunity to do that years ago, and I didn't really go on because I've been so busy. But that's why I was doing it. That's why my clothing line was on a golf course, showing people that how much I love golfing, and that my crew necks actually look like golf sweaters because when it's cold out there. So yeah, that's crazy. That's definitely in the works too.
I like that. I told you, man. You don't believe me. I'm on that wavelength. You don't know that we're on that wavelength, man.
How you know all this?
I've been watching you. I'm outside. I'm not inside. I'm outside the door right now. I got a couple more questions, man, because I know we got to go. But as a youth that grew up in Moval, I believe that you said that you've worked with the mayor of Moval. do you have any things that you're still working with, or anything that you have worked with that you're proud of with the mayor from Moreno Valley?
Man, he's so dope, man. He's another one that answers my phone calls whenever. He's young too, mid 20s. Really stepped it up for the city. Did a lot of stuff that the city needed. With the garden that's in there for the kids, and people can see how they grow their fresh fruits and vegetables. To everything, man. So we definitely got some things we're working on. Some things I definitely even want to talk to him about doing. And of course, we want to make that cooking class bigger and better in Moreno Valley too. So that'll be coming back to the city for sure.
Super dope, super dope. Um, I guess you kind of, I was gonna ask this question, but I think you kind of answered, but I guess I'll ask it regardless. And how important has your team been for you?
Very important, man. The things that we're working on right now, even the team that you see, like, did you end up seeing the skit or the short footage of me getting drowned in the water?
Yeah.
Yeah, so even that, man, from the team behind the scenes, um, from the homie Kiran to Mike to Larry to Moot to every Alberto, everybody that was a part of that, man, it's a team for everything. So that's literally like the team for the footage. I have the team for social media right now. That's about to build up my social media even bigger than what it is. I have just teams for everything, for cooking, for the catering, for I have friends that's in the fashion. So having a team is very important because they're going to motivate you and they're going to tell you the honest truth if your stuff sucks. So if it sucks, they're going to say we need to work on this, we need to fix this. But important thing that I want everybody to know: you can't do everything for money because it doesn't work like that. If you do networking, actually is worth more than a dollar. So
Mm.
the actual like networking, like I said with Donnie Savage, we ended up working on a whole bunch of stuff and become real good friends. And I ended up not charging him or cooking him, cooking and say, hey man, I'm gonna charge this much for cooking. And then years later, he came out with a show idea. So you just have to just network and stop always trying to get paid for every little thing from posting. Yes, we all got to make money, but you don't have to get paid for every single thing, especially when you don't really have a name for yourself when you're trying to build it up. Why are you trying to make money? You should be trying to build your name at the same time. A lot of people and a lot of these chefs on social media, man, we got to stop trying to compete against each other. Yeah, we all want to be the best, but we got to stop competing against each other and stop being scared to collaborate. To me, a lot of chefs in the Inland Empire don't want to collaborate together. A lot of just famous people in the Inland Empire don't want to collaborate with each other. Everybody wants to be the best. Everybody wants to be a man. Collaborate. There's enough to eat out here for everybody. Sure. And you don't want to compete against Trendy Chef. You're going to lose. So let's just come together and not compete.
I like that. Shots fired. Bang, bang. I like that. And I like what you said. When I was saying this earlier, I was like, there's enough out here for everybody to succeed. There is enough, and I guess, and the Inland Empire has a reputation, for people who don't live out here and people who think out here. So, in your opinion, why do you think people don't want to collaborate, whether it's in cooking, food, whatever? Like, what's celebrities, influencers? What do you think? Why don't people want to collaborate?
To me, in the Empire, everybody thinks they're too good, and we definitely, being where we're from, we should not think we're too good for anything, because then we have to work very hard to where we come to that where we're at right now. So to me, everybody thinks they're that celebrity. They get the little blue check, or they have a certain amount of followers. They automatically assume they're Drake or these people that I don't see them replying to DMs. I don't have to reply to DMs. I don't see them. I
Mm.
see them charging this for a show or charging this to show up. So I'm gonna charge that. We're not them. We're not Jay-Z. We're not Nipsey Hussle. We're not Drake. We're not. We're building up to that. But even when we do build up to that, stay humble. Like being humble is gonna be to me. I tell people there's no there. I don't want to be famous, the fame or anything if I can't give back. What's it for? So you're doing all this for what? Just to be greedy and die with all your money and stuff? Give back. Just give people opportunities. I'm real big on not only the youth but on the homeless, man. I got some things I'm working on that actually has never been done in the history when it comes to homeless people. And that's crazy. When you guys see this, you're gonna be like, I've never seen that before. So,
Yeah.
you
You
know,
want to
just
share with us a little bit?
I don't know if I'm gonna get it away. Did I patent that idea? Nah, but it's definitely me doing something with the homeless. Trying to do it without giving it all the way away. Um, I don't know. I don't know how to say it without giving it away. But
Okay.
that's because it's going to be big and it's going to be on YouTube. It's going to be a whole YouTube series. But yeah, I'm into giving back, helping out with the homeless. Every year we try to find somewhere that's giving out food during Thanksgiving or giving out clothes or something, man. But yeah, just stay humble. A lot of these influencers, especially from the Inland Empire, man, they're not humble. They think they're just too good. They think they're already famous. Um, you might go around, you might get a couple people that know you, but it's like, man, it's just stay humble. I take pictures of everybody. I was at the store earlier and I had a couple people that recognized me from Chop, that recognized me from social media.
Hmm.
I take pictures. I will never turn anybody down. No, we don't take pictures. I'll stop whatever I'm doing, even if I'm in a rush, man. I'm gonna take a picture with you, and we're gonna have a good time for sure.
Yeah. And those things go a long way. A simple
Yeah.
picture.
Yeah, and it's making their day. It could be someone that might not, you don't know what somebody's going through. They might be contemplating suicide. They might be doing this, and just your words, that picture, because we have real fans on here. I have real people that really want to meet me, that get excited. I had someone that worked in a grocery store. I was walking past her. She started shaking. Oh my God, Trendy Chef. We're giving that impact to people, and they're looking up to us. So, you know, you don't want to be an asshole or something to someone like that. Like they support us. Without them, we're nothing. Without the support of the followers of the people, how are you gonna? How's your business gonna strive? Who's gonna be buying your merch? You know, you're not
Right.
gonna buy your own merch. You're not gonna buy your own seasoning. So you know, be kind to people for sure.
For sure. I fucking fuck with that. It's so true. And thank you for sharing that opinion, man, because it makes a lot of sense. Like basically these people, a lot of the IE people and probably even outside the IE think they better than what they should be thinking. And they need a slice of humble pie, as they say.
Definitely, because I get people get shocked all the time, every single day. When I reply to DMs, when I reply to comments, I try to reply to as many comments as I can until it goes crazy and I can't no more. I reply to as many DMs as I can. I'm only one person, so you know, if I see it, I don't go to your page before I reply. Let me see if they have so and so followers. Who cares? I don't like. I'm just replying to you. I'm thanking you. I'm saying what's up. I'm laughing with you, and a lot of people respect that, man. Because a lot of people with blue checks, they won't reply to you because they got a blue check. They won't talk to you because they got a blue check. It's just a blue check, man. I was just I was lucky enough to get my blue check before everybody started buying them. Um, I literally, it was like maybe like a month or two before that even came about, and then I was like, oh shit, they're giving out blue checks like a month. I was working so hard, so many years for my blue check.
Yeah.
Finally got it, and then 2 months later, I'm like, oh shit, they're selling them now. But but yeah, man, yeah, we're all the same. We're all human, man. We're all the same. Doesn't matter what kind of car you drive. Doesn't matter, you know what kind of clothes you wear, man. We're all human at the same time, man. So respect one another.
That part. And you know, it's interesting because I remember someone showed me there's a way to find out who's like legitimately verified and who paid for their verification. So
Yeah.
there's ways to find out, which is
Oh yeah, yeah.
interesting,
Yeah, somebody told me that too, man. It was crazy.
which is good. You know, just a couple more questions, Trendy, and I'm gonna get you out of here, okay, bro? I want
Yeah.
to thank you. I want to thank you for being a part of this. And I'm pretty sure you thought about this thing that I'm gonna ask you right now, which is a cookbook. But let me go where I think would work really good for your brand. And this hit me. And maybe you thought about this. I think it would be really beneficial for your brand to make a children's cookbook. So talk to me about you making a cookbook and what do you think about the idea of making a children's cookbook?
That's crazy. It's definitely the time is now for a cookbook. I've been trying to, not trying because I could have done it, but I've been asked to do a cookbook for like 7 years now. I even met the videographer that films a lot of my stuff, man. Me and him met, had a whole meeting about doing a cookbook, publishing it and doing all that. So I think this year I really need to sit down because I have a million recipes. I thought about both a kid's cookbook, and then I was going to call it Trendy's Cookbook for Dummies, because just basic things that you might think is hard in the kitchen, but it's not. You just got to apply pressure, from holding. I call it the bear claw. Even from holding an onion, cutting it, the bear claw, so you won't cut your hand. the mise en place means, the five mother sauces, the bechamels, the velouté, the espagnols, really teaching people the real, what you would learn in culinary school for the adult version, and then the kids version, showing them healthy ways, because that's what I do in my cooking class. I show you how to make things healthier, the healthier junk food for the kids. So if you want Pop-Tarts, we puree our own strawberries, we make our own pastry, make our own dough, and we actually make homemade strawberries, which now you don't have a strawberry that has all these crazy things and the artificial flavors and sugars and all this stuff in it. So I think that cookbook is definitely going to be coming this year too.
Dope. Stay tuned, folks. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Trendy, we learned a lot today about you, about golfing, growing up in Moval, traveling. But what is something that most people don't know about you, even close friends? What is something that most people don't even know about you, man?
I don't know. They know I'm goofy. They know I like clothes. I don't know. I really can't say. They know a lot about me, man. They know a lot about me, from my love for music to my fashion. Uh, I have no idea.
Got you. That question kind of gets people sometimes. And it could be something as little as like, I watch anime a lot. It could be anything type of thing.
Well, I don't know. They know that too, because my favorite movie of all time is Edward Scissorhands, which is a weird one. People are like, why Edward Scissorhands? Um, what else? Well, they know now. I collect collectibles, pop dolls.
Do you
Uh,
really?
oh yeah. I have a whole office full of a bunch of pop everywhere. A bunch of pop dolls. I just started doing that like last year, and I have a room full of them now.
Dope. Okay, so we learned, pop dolls. The ones that are in the box, right? The little box
Yeah,
one? Okay.
yeah. Collectibles. So they're not toys. They're not toys, people. People are like, you play with toys? We don't take them out the box and play with them. But
Got
yeah,
you.
that's a couple things about me.
Cool. And if he play with them, it's a grown man. He can do whatever he wants.
And if you open those things, they're worth nothing. So make sure you pay with them in the box. You'll be boxing 2 boxes.
There you go. There you go. You know what, Trendy, I want to thank you so much for being on the Empire, man. Can you tell us some current projects that you're working on?
So definitely revamping my clothing line. That was going amazing for a while, but I definitely wanted to do it bigger and better. Everything I try to do is bigger and better. So clothing line will be coming soon. You guys can get the seasoning and everything real soon. I'm actually coming out within the next week. You'll see something healthy on my website. So stay tuned. I'm not gonna tell you what yet, because we got people that might try to go and rush me and beat me to it. But I have some healthy things coming to the website that you can use every day. That's good for your system, just like the lime water. That's coming real soon. Clothing line. Battered Up is going to be doing a lot of pop-ups. We're going to be actually traveling. For those who know what Battered Up is, my restaurant located in Temecula. So we're going to be doing a lot of pop-up at different events, Foodie Land fairs, all kind of stuff, festivals. Tomorrow, my full film will be on YouTube. I'll be posting another teaser for y'all. Commercials, shows, everything. We got a lot coming.
Boom. Stay tuned, folks. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. A lot of great things coming. So I guess Battered Up would be more the fried version, and the catering is kind of more of like the high-end stuff if people want some more high-end stuff, right?
Yeah, two different things. Battered Up is my restaurant. Catering is my catering company. I'm also partnering with a wine company. I'll be posting that soon too. I ain't signed the contract. I almost said the name, but I ain't signed the contract yet. But we should be signing the contract this week. And it's actually a black-owned wine company. So that's dope. So,
Yeah.
so I'll be posting that. That's big. Yeah, man, I got a lot of dope stuff coming on. I'm working on something with a huge basketball player, and I'm gonna say who, but big basketball player. We're working on something like NBA. They're in the NBA. They're not in the, well, they were in the NBA. But
Got you.
yeah, so working on some things, man, some big things.
Cool. Yeah. For some reason, the first name of the NBA player starts with the letter R came to mind. I don't know why. But congrats on all partnerships, man, that are coming up. Everything that's coming up, bro.
It's good.
Me?
Yeah. You're good. But yeah, we got some things going on, man. Basketball players, TV shows, everything, man. Hopefully, I come on a cartoon one day. The Trendy Chef cartoon would be crazy.
Bro, congrats on everything, man. Trendy, again, I want to thank you for being on the Empire, bro. Let's say 100 years pass by, 200 years pass by, 500 years pass by, half a millennia. What would you like your empire to look like, whether in cooking, food, business, family, education, community work? What would you like your empire to look like 500 years from now?
First, generational wealth from generation to generation, and them just really carrying on my legacy. Not only that, I was a amazing chef, amazing father, entrepreneur. I want them to carry that on, man, and keep giving back, man. Keep giving back, and knowing that giving back is, helping the world. We can't do it all, but it'll motivate somebody else to do it, man. So, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Awesome. I love that. Generational wealth and motivation, and, helping the world out. I really do, as I get older, believe that life's about serving,
Yeah.
giving back. I get older and I realize that it's really important. Trendy, man, thank you so much for being on the Empire. Can you please tell everybody how they can find you, reach you, support you? Can you just let everybody know how they can do those things?
Instagram is Trendy Chef. Well, all social media platforms is Trendy Chef. Also tell people if they want to really see like a lot of my podcast interviews or shows or anything, just Google Trendy Chef. If you Google Trendy Chef, my restaurant will pop up, my catering will pop up, TikTok, Instagram, podcasts, TV shows, everything. So yeah, Trendy Chef on all platforms.
Bang. And definitely the link for his Instagram should be in the description right now, but we'll also eventually put his YouTube in there as well, so you guys can go to his Instagram, find him that way. And like he said, he's got the name trademark, so you can find him on the Google search, which is perfect. Yeah. And so I want to thank everybody who joined and listened or watching on the playback. I want to thank you guys all. We learned so much from Trendy today, from how he got his name, which was given to him because, he came with the swag, with the overall, with the coat, with the chef coat over, all the way up to like becoming viral from frying water. But then also at the same time, TikTok, saying, oh, he's making this happen because people are trying to fry water, and he's making this whole you can't fry water because you're gonna explode, and let's attack him. And he's like, well, you got to be a professional chef, and he also talks about how there's a lot of people out here who claim to be chefs but are not really chefs, and the difference between a chef and a cook. We also got into like the being humble, and how he'll talk to anyone who's on different levels, and different levels meaning like social class levels, financial class levels. Whether you have a blue check or not, he reaches out to you. He understands service. He's got a lot of little partnerships going on. We talked a lot about the IE world and about how he represents his community, and he doesn't understand why people don't want to collab. But we also talked about people may have ego and need a slice of humble pie. We also had to mention this. He also put out a dare for $3,000, at least minimum, $3,000 minimum, to challenge him, a cook-off live. We're going to do it live. Yeah. So we learned a lot for Trendy, right? So again, I want to thank him. I want to thank all you guys for listening. This is The Empire. If you like what you heard, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below. If you want to contribute to the work that we're doing, if you believe in it and want to contribute to it, you can do our Cash App, which is $THEE Empire Podcast. We also have Venmo and PayPal, which are in the description. My name is Antonio D. Miles. I want to thank you guys so much. I also want to thank Trendy. I want to thank everybody. And is there anything else you want to say, Trendy, before we get out of here?
Have a great year. Stay focused. And remember, we're not promised tomorrow, man. So live today as if you'll die tomorrow. It's tattooed on me, but I'm covered up. But yeah, let's get it.
That part, man. Live your best life, people. Fulfilled life. Follow your purpose. Happiness is what really matters out here. Obviously, gotta get that paper, but happiness doesn't matter. And again, I want to thank you all, and we'll catch you guys in the next episode. Peace.